So you have to wonder, is it possible that I am the Dark Jedi, Ares Tarrington, that serves up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk? Or am I the Hot Toys wizard? You do have to wonder, what say you? Let's just dive into it, baby. Right now.
You might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
And I wonder what you need here on May 7th. This is the final day of the May 4th week. And wow, what a week it was. We certainly got 8 double tall from Hot Toys for Star Wars. My goodness gracious. Welcome everybody to Live and Raw. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi Ares Tarrington, and I'm feeling really good. I'm pretty high, and I'm very positive, and I'm here to bring you more tidings of comfort and joy from none other than the Hot Toys wizard, who seems to be batting 1,000. Maybe the New York Yankees or the Cardinals here should give the wizard a call, but I don't think that they could pay the Hot Toys wizard quite enough for the wizard's services. After all, he is a wizard, and a wizard arrives precisely when he means to. Cheers and salute to you all. Good day to you. Still May 4th week. This is the last day of May 4th week, and so much joy. I've got more tidings of comfort and joy. I have analysis. I have news. Of course, I have predictions. I have insight. All right here at 6 Scale Cantina. There's going to be a whole lot going on for Hot Toys, for Star Wars and Hot Toys in the month of May 2022. And you ain't seen nothing yet. So this week we kind of did this. Like one after the other. On May 4th, it was like the stroke of midnight came and then a couple of minutes later and then a couple of minutes after that and then a couple minutes after that and then one more time after that but then suddenly, out of nowhere, the following night, not a creature was stirring. Not even a mouse. Except that, as you can see, we have 6scalecantina.com on your screen over here. And the latest announcement was this. We are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Stay tuned on our next wave of thrills, which means one more time you did this. Because you have to wonder, was that careful wording in this latest news that you see here at 6scalecantina.com, bookmark it. If you don't already have a bookmark, it is your most in-depth Hot Toys news website anywhere in the galaxy. And listen, I say yes. It was very deliberate. Very, very deliberate. Blowing it up again. Stay tuned for our next wave. Not our next figure. Not our next announcement. Not our next little puddle. Not our next little drizzle. Not our next little hee, here you are. A wave. A wave is a powerful word. A wave is what you got. Back on May 4th, a wave is where you did this once. A wave is where you did this twice. A wave is where you did this 3 times. A wave is where you've done this 4 times. A wave is where you've done this 5 times. And it has never been a more fantastic, a more fabulous time to be a Star Wars fan, for sure. And never a better time to be a Star Wars fan and collect Hot Toys than right now, my friends. My friends, good afternoon to you, and good evening soon to you in about 9 minutes, depending on where you are. I'm on the East Coast. Cheers and salute. Let us cheer to Hot Toys. Let us raise up a glass. I have the can of whoop ass right here. But don't fret. I have plenty of wizard juice on tap. And I have plenty of Tauntaun milk. And I have plenty of proper 66. And of course, I've got the spotchka. And it's a little bit better than the one that Fennec was drinking. So she's actually buying it from the Dark Jedi now because she knows where to get it. Come on, baby! And we're going to talk about this, but let's say hi to everybody who's in here because I've got 60 messages. So let us go ahead and get to it, my fine, fine friends who are in here. All of you, my friends, single songwriter, welcome to the 6 Scale Cantina Market Chart Show live from Tatooine. Remember to click the like button for full thruster boosters. Come on, single songwriter. Thank you so much. Welcome the songwriter in here, the Cantina this evening. Hit the like button like he says. Come on. And the Lane Kramer. Now even single songwriter beats me here. And Lane also says, anyway, welcome to Live and Raw with Aries. Prepare for fun, excitement, and yes, it appears more Mace pancake coming soon from Hot Toys to you. You know it, baby. Welcome in here, Lane. Welcome, Punisher. Hi, how are you as well? Good to have you in here. The Collector #1. Good to have the Collector #1 in here. How are you, the Collector? And Shane Despain. Hello to you as well. And welcome, Punisher. Good to have you in here. And Thalia Miller, hello back to you. Let me know what table you're all at, and I will serve it up. I already showed you the drinks on tap tonight during happy hour. Good to have you in here, Sean Donnelly. What is going on, my friend? And Papas Gerkmos, what's up? Come on. And 808 Michigan Jedi, aloha, and good day to you, sir, or evening to you, sir. How are you doing? Good to have you in here. You ready to party tonight, Jedi? You ready to party, 808? Come on. Come on. Diablo, what is up, my friend? The Collector #1. I don't see him in here yet, but let's go ahead and do this. Woo! for the big dog pound. Woo! Come on. Eric, what is up? Can't wait for more Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary announcements for the next wave. And that's the thing. That's the thing, Eric, is they're saying right here that it is a wave. That's not one figure. Okay? It's not. No matter what anyone may try to suggest to you, it's not. It is a wave. They wanted to specifically let you know that they knew, that you knew, and that I knew that they put out a wave like the Black Series puts out with Hasbro. They put out a wave of figures on May 4th. Make no mistake about it. One announcement or two announcements is not a wave. There's going to be another one. It's going to be between 3 and 5 figures. That is absolutely going to be coming before the end of this month. I've already heard from the Wizard. It's coming. It's coming. And we're going to talk about May 16th for sure. And if you should expect something on May 16th, and I say, hold on, we'll talk about it. H Green, what is up, buddy? What table are you at? Kevin Kenobi, Late Night with Aries. About Future. Good to have you in here, Kevin. Good to have you in here, About Future. Hello to you. I am good, and how are you, About Future? Good to have you in here. Bob, what is up, Bob? How are you feeling after this week? Good to have Bob Dylan in the house. H Green, what is up to you? Chewy's Bandolier, welcome in here, my friend. And Primetime Reviews says coffee time. What is up, Primetime? Good to have Primetime Reviews in here. What is going on, my friend? Great channel creator. Good to have him in the house. I know that he's had a great week with all this Star Wars stuff for sure. Lane with the super chat says, can I send you some of my 97 degrees weather today? Well, let me tell you, where are you at where it's 97 degrees? Are you in Florida? Are you in Brazil? Are you in Antarctica? Because you have to wonder, in somewhere in Antarctica, is it 97 degrees where the aliens are beneath the earth? And I say, you'll have to ask Lane. Send him a message. Good to thank you for the super chat, Lane. Always appreciate the support, my friend and wife of 808 Mystical Jedi. Good to have her in the house. Love the avatar, Grogu. So that's going to set it up. Grogu is always at table 88 and table 5. So let's fill up for wife of 808 and 808 and Grogu. Come on, baby. Come on. Good to have you all in here. Continuing to go down. Mark Attack says, hello, everyone. Hey, what is going on, Mark? Ralph Florerin, good to have you in here. What is going on? Good to have you in here. And MB Dyson 829, having some chips and what was labeled as Cantina style salsa. Coincidence? And I say, no. It's never a coincidence. You have to wonder, MB Dyson. Good to have you in here for sure. Cypher 9, what is up, my good friend? Let's hear what the Dark Jedi is cooking. And can you smell it, Cypher 9? Can you smell it? Can you smell it, my friend? Can you see that side of the screen? Wow. What does this mean? And really, even more than just one announcement, if they would have done another one. Just putting this up on the side, when you look at this and it says, stay tuned on our next wave of thrills, that's the other word. They didn't just use wave, which is a very careful word to use. Thrills. They knew we would be thrilled by what we saw on May 4th. They knew we were thrilled just 3.5 weeks ago with the DX25 Bespin Luke. They absolutely knew it. And then they knew we were thrilled on May 1st with the tease of C-3PO and R2-D2 for the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary. And they knew how we reacted this May 4th versus last year's May 4th, which was a complete 180 degrees difference from 2021. And this announcement right here was carefully crafted. Carefully crafted. Concentrate on the word wave and concentrate on the word thrills. Come on. It's very, very important to understand that. Bugman, what is up? Aries, I love you, man. I hope you and the chat are doing great. Thank you so much. I hope everybody in the chat is doing well, good as well. Bugman, I hope you are doing good. Welcome in here, my friend. Carlito, what is up, buddy? What's up, Cantina crew? Carlito, always good to have you in here, my friend. Come on. Come on. 808 says Grogu and I need a bottle of Kamito Muay Thai at table 88. Well, listen, coming right up, I've got some right here, my friend, coming in there. And let's go ahead and fill you up again at table 88. Woo! Duh, collector. Come on. Crazy how many Attack of the Clones releases we are going to get. And that's a key word, too. You said going. And it's true. As Kurt Angle would say, it's damn true. Come on. Isolation Club, welcome in here, my friend. Revenge of the Sith, Darth Sidious. Yoda dual robes. Give it to me, Hot Toys. Table 66, baby. Ooh, someone dared. Someone had the courage. Someone mustered up the intensity, the intentional fortitude. I can't say it as good as Gorilla. For table 66. So for you, my friend, good luck hanging with this guy. Good. And I'm assuming you need some proper 66. Coming right up. Come on. Continuing to go down some of these in here. Clink! I'm good. How are you, Clink? Good to have you in here, my friend Clink. Always good to have you in here, my friend. And continuing to go down. And one of the Wonder Twins, Riley. Riley's reviews is in here. What is going on, Riley? Is that the Dark Jedi himself? So listen, is this the wizard or is this the Dark Jedi? And, you know, I'll have to just go ahead and play this clip and you decide.
They call him the wizard.
You know what happened this week on so many levels, on information I've been sharing with you for months upon months, really for a year. And it wasn't just that we got a lot of releases. It was the type of releases we got. It was the way the releases were set up with that Bespin Luke. It was the fashion in which they're coming out. It was what they wrote afterwards on the screen. And you have to wonder, is it possible that the analysis that I've been giving you in many ways is going to start showing you the future for Hot Toys when it comes to Star Wars? And at least to me, what I'm seeing, I say yes. And if you are a Star Wars freakazoid like me, and you love toys, and I mean love toys and love Hot Toys, you are just drunk right now from this week, knowing that you're going to get more, knowing that you got another wave, knowing that you're going to get more thrills. And we're not even talking about the Empire Strikes Back. Because when we get into some predictions later, that's actually where we're going to start. Then we're going to go into Attack of the Clones as we dissect this first. Come on, baby. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. Alien Queen. Been a while. Well, good to have you in here, girl. What is going on? Always good to have you in here. Thanks, Alien Queen. And a friend of TK FOMO. CT603. I haven't seen TK FOMO since he, but the Hot Toys Wizard took on his like the CT603 with Captain Rex. Have you seen him? I'm ready for Jedi Starfighter, Aries. Are you? And I say yes. Oh, I sure am. I sure am. Come on. Waiting for a refill at table 3. Table 3. Table 3. Who sits at table 3 again? Table 3. Table 3. Anyone have any idea? Is it this guy?
General Kenobi! You are a bold one.
It sure as heck is. It sure as heck is. Hold my balls. Yo, what's up, everyone? What is up? Hold my balls. Hold my balls. I'm sure you have to hold your balls this week with all these releases. Welcome in here, my friend Zion, Keen Abella. Hello, Aries and everyone, and hello to you, my friend. How are you today? Welcome in here. It's going to be great. Thrills. I know. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, Chewy? It does make you wonder for sure. It's such an excellent time. And Shao, hello to you, my friend. Welcome in here. An OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Wizard. Come on. Play it again, OG. You know it.
They call him the Wizard.
Always good to have OG fan in the house. And Uncommon Flex, what is up, my good friend? Always good to have Uncommon Flex in here. Hello, Dark Jedi. Hello to you, Uncommon Flex. Welcome. Mama Luigi. Finally, we get a Padme. Finally, Natalie Portman has come back to Star Wars. And I believe that she will have a couple of cameos with flashbacks in the Obi-Wan series for sure there, Mama Luigi. And you can bet your bottom dollar that the Padme is going to be one of the thrills that they're talking about here coming up in this packaging. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. Cypher9 says, my predictions for Hot Toys next Attack of the Clone 20th anniversary wave: Padme, Mace, Palpatine, Obi, and Anakin. All of those are very sound, and those could be it. We're going to get into it a little bit later for sure. And then 808 says, we just might get a reveal in the next wave of General Kenobi, Padme, and release of Jango Fett. Yeah, that's true. Mama Luigi says, I feel like they would save the Palpatine for Revenge of the Sith 20th. Possible. There's so much we're going to get into here in this show. I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely crazy. Just going ahead and saying hi to everyone who's in here, continuing to go down. 808 says, Kit Fisto as well, a reveal. I agree. Wife of Michigan Jedi, give me Padme. I agree. Papas says, I need all figures from all episodes. I'm right with you all. So let's get right into it. Again, welcome everybody to Live and Raw. It is Saturday evening here, May 7th, and a big giant party for the end of the week officially of May 4th week. And tomorrow starts another week in May, the second week in May. But make no mistake about it, it is only the beginning, because all of May is Force Month May when it comes to Star Wars, and especially when it comes to Star Wars, when it comes to Hot Toys. You are going to get another wave. And do not discount, I've been saying this before this even happened, to not discount the Attack of the Clones anniversary. And voila, what happened? And if you don't think you're at least going to get one release on May 16th, think again. Because the Hot Toys Wizard has said, you will. That is the 20th anniversary of Hot Toys, and it's already May 7th. So I'm telling you right now, brace up for at the very least 9 days away. Something there for sure. And we haven't even discussed what Sideshow already said when it comes to Star Wars Hot Toys. Never before revealed, never before seen at Celebration at the end of the month. It is definitely Force Month May. It is a whole celebration. So while this week ends a new week begins, and your one-stop shop is going to want to be 6-scale Cantina and the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington here this whole month, bringing you the thrills and spills and news from the Hot Toys Wizard. And as you can see in a lot of these, and a lot of the things have come to pass for sure. It is absolutely crazy. You're going to get stuff on May 16th. But again, let's focus on what's on this side of the screen. Again, blowing it up. It says, we are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones to celebrate the 20th anniversary. Stay tuned. On our next wave keyword of thrills, the next word. Again, wave indicates that there's going to be several releases at one time. That's number one. Number two, thrills suggests that they already know that the majority of fans were thrilled by what they did. Let me say that again. They already know that the majority of fans were thrilled by what they did May 4th, right at the top of the morning on May 4th. They would have never put this announcement out if it would have been the reaction from all the blurgs and Quill from last year. They would have been like, well, let's not put that out. It wasn't really received too well. They listened, they watched, they observed, and they watched the channels as well. They knew that we were thrilled. And make no mistake about it, they will 100% do this again. 100%. If anyone tells you they're just going to release one at a time from now on, no. What have I been telling you? So don't doubt me again. I told you were going to get a storm of this. Now they're telling you you're going to get another storm. And remember, I was telling you for months upon months upon months that in my analysis with Star Wars, there was a huge crash with the franchise merchandise-wise with the controversy of The Last Jedi. We have to remember that. It was so huge that it affected toy sales on a very high level. Very, very high level. And we have to remember that Hot Toys is primarily for toy collectors, and we're going to get into that on the volume where it sells. It affected it drastically. And then that also affected movie ticket sales. Because I don't know if you remembered, but the Solo movie didn't even break $300 million in the US. It's 200 million something. It was outrageously poor for a Star Wars movie. Poor. The negativity was so bad, and that movie was good. It was real good. It was so bad. It was like a vacuum sucking underwater of just negativity beyond my capacity. And people weren't going to the movie. They weren't buying popcorn. They weren't spilling coffee. No one even spilled coffee with the Darth Maul thing. All they kept talking about was Rian Johnson. All they kept talking about was Luke Skywalker. All they kept talking about was Snoke. Even during that. Couldn't get over it. That's what I was telling you was going on. And you could look at all the other toy manufacturers, and that's what was going on there. And then they really buckled down, even though The Rise of Skywalker was so much better received publicly. It just was. Forget the critics. The critics gave The Last Jedi almost 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. They thought it was the next greatest thing ever on Earth. That's what I think a lot of the movie critics. If they hate something, I know I'm going to love the movie. most of the time with the Dark Jedi. Go with the popcorn rating with the public on those. Those are usually accurate. Which was very high, 80% or something on Rise of Skywalker, because that was pretty good. Public on Last Jedi was like 50%. Critics were 90%. There was definitely some disconnect on that thing. Anyway, it was such a disconnect, more than I've ever seen ever, with something that big, a blockbuster of that magnitude. It affected the sales. So that's the first thing I was telling you. So a lot about these figures, a lot of things where we were like, Hot Toys is not invested in Star Wars. Star Wars doesn't sell in Hong Kong. Howard's not going to make Star Wars. He only makes a few because he likes it, but no one else there does. Valid points. But I told you from my point of view, I did not think so at all. Had nothing to do with that whatsoever. But the reality was, and it turned out to be, whatever way that it was here, is we were really thinking these figures, C-3PO, Padme, Baze, all these figures were dead. Dead. Laugh on us. I was telling you, hold on. Hold on. Because then all of a sudden came da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da. Come on, you know what I'm humming. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. All of a sudden, things started to look up. All of a sudden, we started to get thrills like this. And things were turning around real quick, fast, in a damn hurry. But then this thing, COVID, came in. So it was one storm for Star Wars with The Last Jedi, and then another storm across the whole world with supply chain and economics and everything. That was another couple of years of craziness, which there's still a lot of craziness, right? And when you combine that together, that's why you had some figures that were in this state. Remember, putting this up onto the screen, and I'll pull this up for you. Disney paid $4 billion for Star Wars back in 2012. $4 billion, which I agree with the premise of this article if you read to it. It's actually a bargain that they actually got this for from Lucas. $4 billion. A company doesn't pay $4 billion just for rights if there's not a major Marvel-like blockbuster reaction to this. And I have to remind myself sometimes not to forget this. $4 billion does not include the amusement parks. $4 billion does not include the production costs of all the films afterwards, the television shows, the the CGI and all the different special effects that they invest in, all the costs. $4 billion is just give me the right. Give us the license rights for this. And It's very, very telling when you start putting this all together on exactly what is happening here with Star Wars. With just one show and veering off the direction from the sequels, they have completely turned this around to where the $4 billion investment is really a complete steal just for the rights. And when you put in COVID and you put in the controversy from The Last Jedi and you start thinking of this, you start to see the value of this IP. You start to see the value of what Star Wars is to Disney and Disney Plus. You start to see the value of what Star Wars can mean to companies that have rights to produce merchandise under that license. And Hot Toys is one of those companies that has the rights to produce Star Wars toys. And now that Star Wars is back to where it was and beyond where it was, where Lucas sold it for $4 billion because it would sell for way more than that for the rights today. You could even buy it today, okay? Because Disney wouldn't sell it. There is billions upon billions and dozens of billions to be made off of Star Wars, countless to be made in the years, the decade, and decades to come for this franchise. And then look, Star Wars, so with something this big, it was never going to be a DC situation, I felt, when it comes to Hot Toys. It was always going to match where Marvel was, maybe even surpass it in the years to come. And even if it doesn't surpass it, it will be equivalent with it as it comes out. And I'm going to show you where the differences are going to be, because there are going to be similarities, and I've said that. When you look at the things that happened with Marvel, you could take some of that and say, oh, that's going to happen with Star Wars, and that is true to a certain extent. But the reality is Star Wars is a totally different animal than Marvel, especially when it comes to toys. It is completely different, completely different. And, I'll bring this up onto the screen to kind of show you some of the things that are happening in here when it comes to Star Wars. And so you could look, let's just go right here real quick, and I'll flash this up onto the screen. And let's see if I could blow this up. Here you go. All right. Let's sort it out, everything best-selling wise. And I'm going to show you what happened now, as of tomorrow, 4 weeks ago. This Bespin Luke, #1. And wow, just look at all this. Let's actually put in Marvel, who's had the hot TV show Moon Knight. And I'm going to actually tack in Marvel. Wow. It's very telling. A figure from 1980. A figure of a character from 1980 has no relevance in the content coming up with The Mandalorian, no relevance for the Book of Boba Fett, no relevance in the Ahsoka series, no relevance in the Obi-Wan series. Sure, it's all tied in, I get that, but this is very passé. This is The Empire Strikes Back. This is Luke Skywalker when he was green. This is Luke still learning. This is Luke really before he was a full-fledged Jedi. This is Luke when he was defeated by Darth Vader. And for 4 weeks, make no mistake, no fluke now. And it's not like the one with the deluxe or the other one is super overselling over the other. This thing is absolutely killing it. And don't think for 1 second that Hot Toys does not look at this and go, "Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Why, my. What is it that we have here?" And a lot of people that are coming in for Hot Toys and collect these things. And I mean, and you look at the C-3PO. I mean, a droid at $330, which is higher than all of these, and just a droid selling more than the Mando, and right next to Electro at that price for a droid, and from Attack of the Clones. Wow. I mean, much higher than I thought it would be. Much higher at that price, which to me is a good price, but that's just a reality. Oh my God. I mean, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. And while there are similarities to be able to predict the future on how some of the Hot Toys have gone with Marvel, you could take some of that and predict what's going to happen with Star Wars. And that is true. But you can't take all of it and say that's exactly how it's going to go, because Marvel is very, very different than Star Wars. As a matter of fact, many toy collectibles are different than the Star Wars and G.I. Joes and those types. There's just a difference. A lot of those collectors, not all of them, but a lot of those collectors that go with the toys are toy collectors. They come from a vintage era, and they're willing to spend thousands upon thousands and thousands of dollars for figures that were mass produced and are easily accessible. It's a different type of thing. And it doesn't matter how old it gets. It doesn't matter how old the movie gets. It doesn't matter how much new content comes out. The new content is critical to be based on the foundation for success. The other difference with Marvel is it's all based on comics, and the comics is where the value is. A lot of those type of collectibles in that type of thing. Not so much with toys. I can bring up stuff for you here onto the screen. And I'll show you this. You know, you could sort this out. Let's go on eBay. Here's a little history. Here's a lesson for you. Some pretty good stuff here. Marvel, everything on there. Vintage, mock. Wow, okay, pretty good. Wow, you know, what, 9,000 on that one, 4, 1. Pretty good in the hundreds. Gets in there. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Put in Star Wars, not even on the same, in the same planet. And it's not that one is better than the other. The big thing with Star Wars, Star Wars came about from A New Hope in 1977, where there was no hope. It was it was not a great time in society. With 6 hours of movies, really, when you take the A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. That's what everything in Star Wars is based off of. Versus Marvel has much more history with the comics and so much more and more and more. And with Star Wars, the base of collecting Star Wars was toys. It was a craze. It was a mass craze that has went on ever since then, with events that are sacred for a lot of toy collectors, like Midnight Madness, where they would camp out for days to get in at midnight or Force Friday to be able to get Star Wars toys. And you could come out with figures like Hammerhead, Walrus Man, Boba Fett, who was hardly anything in the original trilogy. It just went madness. Every character you could imagine that was in just those 6 hours of films, which probably the Obi-Wan series is going to be longer than all three of those films put together, just one show, to give you an idea of what this is only based off of. It has a different feel. It has a different vibe. And it's not that it's better or it's worse, it's just different. And a lot of the collectors that come in, not all of them, a lot of the collectors that come in and collect this are not going to collect it the same way that they collect Marvel, are not going to collect it the same way they collect DC. It's going to be collected differently. And you're going to be able to come out with this old stuff, like a Bespin Luke from 1980, and it's going to sell just as good as any of the stuff that's going to come up on Disney Plus that is fresh and new. And while that's important for Star Wars, and we're getting that with The Mandalorian, and we're getting that with the great content that Deborah Chow and Favreau and Filoni and that whole gang are now giving us, they're very, very smart in understanding that they absolutely have to have it founded upon what Star Wars is in order for it to be successful. And I think that Hot Toys has finally understood that since that formula is working for Disney, is it possible that now they know that that formula will work for them? And I say, yes. That's why on May 4th, you didn't get one Mandalorian figure, did you? You didn't get one. That's why on May 4th, you didn't get one Book of Boba Fett figure. You didn't get one. That's also why on May 4th, you didn't get even one upcoming Obi-Wan series figure. You didn't get one. Not one. Instead, you got prequel after prequel after prequel figure. You got one. You got two. You got three. You got four. You got five. And with this IP, no one is saying that's old. Those movies are old. It's gone. No one cares about that anymore. For many collectors, that's all they care about, is the original trilogy and the prequels. And may I suggest one of the reasons why Favreau and Filoni and Deborah Chow and everything on Disney Plus has been successful is there's been a good dose of balance between. And while the balance is way more heavily favored in new characters like Din Djarin and Grogu, you still have just enough where that foundation is strong and links back enough where all parties are satisfied. And that gets the collectors who collect the way that they collect from 1977, because that's when they started collecting, because there was nothing known about Star Wars prior to 1977. Remember that. Okay? You had your early bird set that came from a company called Kenner. And parents bought that for their kids as an early Christmas present, saying that something's coming soon, because that's all that they can get. It's called an early bird certificate, that you got your early bird set later that spring when they decided to mail those out. There was never anything about Star Wars before. And sometimes if something ain't broke, you don't try and fix it. And I think that that's what they're learning when it comes to Star Wars. If it's worth $4 billion the way that it is, then keep it going the way that it is. We didn't need a fresh idea from Rian Johnson. That's all great and dandy. Make another show. Make another franchise. Discover another IP. Star Battles. Universe Wars. Battlestar Johnson. Come up with whatever it is, but don't say it's Star Wars because it's not. There are a lot of collectors. And the other thing about this is why you can't match this exactly to Marvel. There are a lot of collectors who collect Hot Toys that collect art and statues. But with each passing day, we are getting more and more and more collectors like me that don't collect statues, that don't collect that type of art, and only collect toys, and have the mindset from what I'm showing you on this side of the screen, and have a way different mentality from the past. And no matter how much we think it's going to go Marvel's way, and how much we think it's going to react this way, it's just not that way when it comes to Star Wars. It's just not. So what you have to do is take a broader view of what is going on and say, yes, I think some of this. But when you bring in some of this, you wind up getting what is happening now. And that's why you're seeing all of these drops. When you go to 6scalecantina.com, and I'm going to flash this up on the screen, and this is what I've been telling you for months and months. And let me flash this up higher. If you don't got 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. It has all your latest information on 6 Scale Cantina, such as this show right now. You can see the banner. Here's the banner. Mayhem. It's a mayhem. The month of May. We're just getting started. Look at what's on the screen. We're going to be talking about Han, Chewie from The Empire Strikes Back. There's Leia. This is when they were staring down Darth Vader. There's Anakin. There's Padme. There's Kit Fisto. And we're going to talk about it. But let's go ahead and go to the bottom section over here at 6scalecantina.com. And I've been telling you for a while that with two IPs that are equal as far as popularity at this point, which is why they spent $4 billion on Star Wars back in 2012. Oh, it's the Hot Toys Wizard. Now with all the coffee we spilled this week, 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups, 5 cups, all on May 4th, not including the tease of R2 and C-3PO from Monday, May 1st, not including the Attack of the Clones, Anakin, great release, not including the Bespin Luke from 4 weeks ago today. You have 10 pre-orders for 2023. 10. So that's good. There was 5. Then it became 6. Then within a couple of minutes, it became 7. A couple of minutes after that, it became 8. A couple of minutes after that, it became 9. And then a couple of minutes after that, it became 10. Versus the 32 for Marvel in 2023. And Star Wars is just as hot and maybe even hotter just with a show. And you see how the Bespin Luke is doing. And Hot Toys is seeing the sales as well. And you can't just fill these up with The Mandalorian. You can't just fill these 2023 pre-orders up with The Mandalorian. Can't happen. You can't just fill up these 2023 pre-orders up with the Book of Boba Fett. Can't happen. You can't just fill these up with the Ahsoka series, not even out yet, or the Andor series. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Just not going to happen. And again, when you look, and again, this is a very handy tool. Star Wars versus Marvel. It just basically gives you a comparison. Hot Toys 1/6 pre-order and in-stock comparison. It also shows you right here the Star Wars 1/6 2022 release schedule by quarter. So also, as I predicted, that there may be one left of the first quarter releases by the time we finish May 4th week. Turns out I'm right. We just have the Grogu set left. All those other ones came out. Now we are on the other figures and the other releases, and just 18 when you don't include deluxe and those multiple sets. As I told you, they will finish these out. There'll be no problem with that. Anyway, they do have to double up on Marvel, but we'll talk about that later. And they really don't have to because they may just not care. But let me bring this back up onto the screen for you. Again, best selling. They're seeing what sells. They're seeing what sells. And I already put the Marvel up, and the Bespin Lukes, both of them are selling more than Moon Knight, which is the highest Marvel figure. So I don't need to bring that back up again. But this is what sells. Of course, the Mandalorian sells. Mandalorian's always going to sell. Of course, Luke from the Mandalorian is going to sell. It's Luke. Of course it's going to sell. There's more Mandalorian. Mandalorian's going to sell. Mandalorian is what turned Star Wars around. Of course Boba Fett's going to sell. Of course Bo-Katan, Casca Reeves, those characters are going to sell like crazy. Ahsoka. Those are always going to sell. But again, look at what's selling. And look at R2, by the way. And then look what's on the bottom. What they came out with last year. Blurg for May 4th. Blurg with Quill for May 4th. Quill for May 4th. A Grogu set, which is fine. I really don't count this. It's an accessory set. It's no thing on Grogu. It's just it's a set. This was the big thing last year. Is it possible? And these figures didn't even go past 15 last year. They didn't. They didn't even go back past the 15th rank. The Echo from the Bad Batch made all the way up to the number 2 best-selling figure. That's what happened. Echo from the Bad Batch, that clone figure from May 4th last year, that went all the way up to number 2. I have it documented. I have it written. The Quill and the rest of them, I didn't even get past. They didn't even get past 15. So again, when it comes to Star Wars, you have to understand what they're going to concentrate on. It was only a matter of time until they put the dots together and they understood where the money is going to be. Just like Favreau and Filoni and Deborah Chow put the dots together on where the money is going to be by constructing content that is going to have OT, that is going to have Clone Wars, that is going to have Rebels, that is going to have expanded universe, that is going to have prequels. You put it together. No, you don't have to have all of it. You don't have to have half of it. You don't even need to have 1/3 of it. You just need like a little bit of it, which is really what they gave us. The formula isn't different with something else. So as I was telling you for months and months, they got to concentrate on what's on Disney Plus. No, because they're not making money on that. Sure, with certain characters they are. So when I tell you about a Tauntaun, I'm telling you it's real, baby. You're going to see a Tauntaun. It's going to happen. You're going to get this figure as I fill up table 44. I guarantee you. You will absolutely get this figure from Hot Toys.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Why do you say that, Aries? Well, I've been saying it for months. But the proof is in the pudding. Let's scroll all the way back up top over here. What's number one from The Empire Strikes Back for 4 weeks? Take a look. You tell me. What's number one? What's number one? Tell me. Is the Blurg number one? How about Quill? Is Quill number one? Or is it a figure from 1980? So again, I ask you, is it possible we're going to get this as I fill up table 44 again?
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And I say, yes. Sure. Absolutely. They already got the head sculpts for it. Now they got a couple of head sculpts that they could choose from. There ain't no way they ain't cashing in on that. Well, what if it gets old areas and they keep using? Okay, well then great. Then it'll only be number one for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. They'll still put it out. Even if there is a chance that only the Dark Jedi wants this figure, and everyone's going to go hard pass on this.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And people will buy this. People will buy it. And especially collectors coming in from what I had up on the screen before that spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Star Wars toy collectibles will certainly come into Hot Toys and buy these. Hot Toys has a very special niche for a lot of Star Wars toy collectors because it's something like we've never seen, because they look exactly like the actors and actresses and characters from the show in a very lifelike way that no one has ever seen before. And it's also a toy that you could play with and get in the package. And you're starting to see that type of wave when it comes in for these collectibles. So that must be calculated in some capacity when you look to predict exactly how it's going to go. Which I couldn't tell you, and no one really could, because no one really knows. But when you factor in all those things, you can have a better chance of understanding, especially when you come from Star Wars and collecting a lot of the toys, pretty much where it's going to go. Because make no mistake about it, these are toys. They're very high end. They're very high end, but they're not statues. They're toys. They're just the most crazy toys, like dreams you would have from Santa's elves at the North Pole at Santa's workshop. It's a toy. Make no mistake about it. And what you're starting to see is Hot Toys catching on the magic they have with these Star Wars figures now that COVID's going away. Now that the remnants of The Last Jedi and the controversy are washing away. Now you're going to see figures that you've never seen before and figures that you lost hope about. And like that, Hot Toys going to laugh all the way to the bank. In which they should. Because I can't wait for this. And you heard it here from 6 Scale Cantina.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And with Attack of the Clones, I'll give you another case in point as we move away from this glory. With Attack of the Clones, I'll give you another case in point. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember, but let me share some experiences with you. Attack of the Clones was not very well received. In a way, it was worse received than The Phantom Menace in some capacity. Whereas with The Phantom Menace, it was all about, I can't stand that Jar Jar Binks. I mean, when you talk about vociferous, and there wasn't even an internet like the way there was an internet today to bash The Last Jedi. It was pretty damn bad. People were all over that Jar Jar Binks and couldn't stand it. And they couldn't stand how long the movie was, and they couldn't stand the pod race, and it was hatred all around for that movie. And another big part of the controversy with that movie is, and make no mistake about it, is a lot of Star Wars fans didn't want to accept any type of change. It was like Star Wars began, Star Wars is over. Why are you messing with it? Don't want no more. Oh, it was true. Trust me, I lived it. I lived it. Attack of the Clones came out. There were so many jokes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Hey, Lucas, can you make a longer names? Attack of the Clones? Is there anything you can do? I mean, critics were all over it too. Wow, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Really? Oh, yeah, I remember. Was not very well received. I loved it. The one that was the best received, and they talked about it being the rebound, which I didn't think it was a rebound because I thought they were all equally as good, was Revenge of the Sith, which was. Love Revenge of the Sith, one of my favorite movies. But Attack of the Clones is one of my favorite movies. So is The Phantom Menace. But that was just a perception back then. Regardless, I lived through it. I'm telling you, it was the truth. It wasn't very well received. It was nothing like the original trilogy. But we knew back then that decades later, these prequels would be so well received, it would be a complete 180. And you're seeing that right now. And you're getting the anniversary of Attack of the Clones. And you're getting it in waves. You're getting it in thrills. And you have to wonder, will it be the same story in 10 years? In 15 years, 20 years with the sequels? And I say, yes. And I know what some of you are going to say. It's a valid point. No, never for the sequels. Well, I will tell you, a lot of people back then, never with Jar Jar Binks. Never with something called Attack of the Clones. Too many. I don't know. Well, never say never because way better received. And with the retcon and some of the things that Favreau and Filoni and Deborah Chow and that whole crew are going to do, I really believe that it will. Because we didn't even have that with this. With the exception of Lucas bringing Maul back from the dead because he said that was a great blunder. And that was, besides Luke and the Last Jedi, the second worst blunder ever from Star Wars. You kill off that character. And I've talked about that before. It was just bad. That was bad. Luke was worse, but they're very close. Luke takes the cake. But Lucas just brought him back to life. That was his answer. Okay, he's not dead. There you go. Don't be mad at me no more. I messed up. Okay, well, at least he did something, right? What happens before happens again. Let me educate you with that as well. Lucas just brought Maul back. Like, okay, it's done. Didn't make a bit, okay? If you don't think that Disney is going to retcon in some way the sequels, you're outside your mind. Just like Lucas brought Maul back, they're going to retcon some things. Oh, it's 1,000% happening. They're already working on it. You're going to find out some stuff at Celebration. They're 1,000,000% going to correct some of the Maul mistakes that they did on the sequels. It's true. Like Kurt Angle would say. It's damn true. And just go back and look at history. History will repeat itself. Remember what I showed you at the beginning of the show? $4 billion, which was a steal back in 2012. Just for the damn rights. It's a major investment that they will make money off of forever in their point of view. And not at the DC level, on the mega Marvel level. And with franchises that have the licenses for it, they better be able to put up like the Marvel level. And that's why you're starting to see what's happening with Star Wars Hot Toys. They're going to fill up, like I'm showing you here at 6scalecantina.com. They're absolutely going to fill up the pre-orders. Remember, I just showed you on the bottom of the screen. I'll scroll all the way down while we're talking. Okay. You can see right there on the side, you got 10. 10 pre-orders now, which is way better than 5 for 2023, not including quarter scale. That's why you're going to get another wave of thrills. It's going to happen, baby. It's going to happen. All right, let's get to somebody's comments because I got 79. So let me go ahead and try and get to it. And let's get to these super chats first. Dutch has a plan with the $2 drop. Thank you so much, my friend. All the Bad Batch top future sellers greater than Boba Fett. Yeah, well, I tell you what, Bad Batch are going to come out with all of the Bad Batch, my friend. All of them. Dutch has a plan. And it's very, very, clones are a very hot commodity. You're going to get every clone that there is. If they've come out with a clone, they're going to come out with it eventually. And don't think for a moment anymore that they've got to take their time and that they've got to catch up and they've got to do this and they've got to do that. No, they've got to catch up on getting more pre-orders out for Star Wars, and they've just shown that that's what they're doing. That's what I was predicting that they would do. They're just basically telling you you're getting another wave. It is what they're going to do. And you're going to get your Book of Boba Fett figures. And you're going to get more Mandalorian figures. And you're going to get your Obi-Wan figures. And is it possible we're going to start filling up 2024 with those pre-orders and getting more original trilogy figures? And I say they have to. And they will. Continuing to scroll up over here. And I will get to all of your comments as we're going over in. Thank you so much for that. Dutch has a plan. Much, much appreciated. And getting it all in. Here we go. Okay. 8 Markful is in the house. Aries, what's your prediction for the Django release date? It's going to be very interesting. Let me know what you think. Is it going to come in the packaging for Attack of the Clones? And I was talking about this with Fabio and Dante the other night on my show. I don't know. I think it's going to take a lot of plan for that. I would love to actually see them come out with it in this packaging. I don't think that they will, but I think it's possible. I think that they could put it out in conjunction with Mace. But Django's going to get, if you're asking me if Django's going to get officially announced this month, released? Yes, for sure. Continue to go down over here. Let's get to some of these. Thank you so much for that. 101 watching. Click the like button, says Single Songwriter. Sorry, I got so into hanging out with you all. Forgot to say that, but thank you so much, my friend, for doing that. Please smash the like button. I hope Django comes with the 20th packaging. It is possible. We'll just have to see if they've coordinated that. We've been talking for a while. Bryce Perkins says, we need some OT and prequel figures. I need some Frog Lady T at table 66, brother. Table 66, Frog Lady T. All right, then if you want Frog Lady T, I guess I've got to play this clip. That's what you get when you ask for Frog Lady T. Papa Skirkbo says, I will buy Jar Jar for sure. He is a great-looking alien, even if one doesn't like his character. Well, so many more people like his character nowadays, right, Papas? It's a big difference 20 years later, and it's kind of iconic, and I would love that figure. And I'd love to see Jar Jar again. Blue Tattoo says, Single Songwriter will be one with the Force, and the Force will be with us. And I say, yes. Baba Luigi says, think they'll make an Omega from Bad Batch. And I say, yes, Mama Luigi, you're going to absolutely get Omega. They will give you, Mama Luigi, every clone that they have come out with, especially something like that. until we stop buying them. I mean, look at how many original trilogy troopers we've gotten, Mama Luigi. Now that we finally have the clone trooper molds and we're going to see more and more, we're going to be getting a steady dose of those. And it's huge money for them. And it's easy for them to produce those. And yes, they're going to be coming. And you can see Omega. Omega's going to come for sure. And I agree with you, Isolation Club. I doubt they're going to alienate a large portion of the fan base who enjoyed the sequel trilogy. No, they're going to come out with sequel trilogy figures. You're going to get a Dark Side Rey. And sooner than people think, you'll get an Eternal Emperor and you'll get a Lando Calrissian Billy D. Williams from The Rise of Skywalker for the for what that character means to Star Wars. So I totally agree with you. And no, they won't totally retcon it. They're going to switch some things, just like they didn't want to alienate Isolation Club, people who enjoy the Phantom Menace like me. They brought back Darth Maul, which I was great with. So they're going to do things like that, whether we want them to or not. It's not alienating. It's just fact. They're going to do it. People are asking for Jar Jar now. Yes, yes, they are. Coffee. Well, where do you want the coffee? Did I fill up table 66? Let's do it again. Or do we need another at table 44?
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And Fat Batman. I just love that name. Fat Batman's collecting Nightmare. It's a nightmare! Is in the house. What is going on? 808 Michigan Jedi says people were going to riot with pitchforks and torches with the hatred for Jar Jar. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, you remember 808, don't you? I'm not crazy. Maybe I'm from a multiverse. Maybe like Doctor Strange. I've been in a multiverse of madness. Maybe there's another multiverse. There's another Earth where no Star Wars Hot Toys pre-orders are going to be like DC. And we've got enough, and they're going to concentrate just on the Mandalorian and give us more blurred figures. There probably is, because I believe that there are other multiverses. I might be in the multiverse of madness, and there might be a multiverse where Jar Jar, people fainted, like when they went to a concert to see Elvis Presley, or they went to the concerts to see the Beatles. And be like, John Lennon, please just touch my hand. Ah, maybe they did that with Jar Jar, but certainly from the multiverse I was in back in 1999, that was not the case. They hated it. Anyway, like, The Last Jedi, but things turn around. Mama Luigi said, people also thought Phantom Menace was kind of boring due to politics and trade treaties, LOL. Yeah, no, there was some of that. I actually like the pod race personally. I love Sebulba. You Jedi Poodle! But yeah, some of that stuff, I found it very intriguing. And I love Liam. I just love it. I've watched a Phantom Menace like 99 times, Mama. I just love it. But there are people who didn't. But wait till we get the freaking anniversary. Imagine the 20-year anniversary for the Phantom Menace. Woohoo, baby. Oh, man. What kind of waves of thrills do you think we're going to get from there? Maybe something like this.
Good.
Thick Bantha Boy, give us Han Tauntaun. Oh, copyright Loco Lou. It says Han Taun. Okay, that must be a Loco Lou thing. Well, shout out to Loco Lou. Han Taun, baby. There is the big dog pound, so I get to do it again. Woo! Come on. MB Dyson says, you are a toy. I probably am. We don't need a Dark Jedi Ares hot toy. We definitely don't need that, my friend. Mark Attack. They should have made Cal Kestis. Oh, they will. I think there's a possibility Cal Kestis will show up in the book of Obi-Wan. What do you think, Mark Attack? I just do. We'll see. I may be wrong. I think he may be one of the Jedi in there. I really do. Continuing to go down. These. Papas goes, every time you show Luke and Tauntaun, I realize how much I want it. with a fur, of course, like Chewbacca and the other one. Well, I will tell you, my friend, when you look at everything best-selling wise, is it possible that it's not just you and I that want it, but Hot Toys does too? Because they want another figure up at least for 4 weeks at #1 from something that's not even relevant right now? And I say, yes, they sure do. They sure do. Crazy. All right, so let's talk about. Personally, I really believe, and put this up onto the screen from Axel Brex as I get into this. I'm really curious on what this next wave of thrills is going to be. You've heard my analysis, and you've heard my thoughts on where I think Hot Toys is going to go with Star Wars. You're certainly going to get your Disney Plus news show stuff. You're going to get it in droves. You already have it, The Mandalorian. Make no mistake about it. That will continue. Make no mistake about it. They haven't forgotten about the Book of Boba Fett. You're going to get a wave of that. And I believe you're going to see that as Celebration. I think you're going to see Cad Bane. I think you're going to see the Cobb Vanth. I think you're going to see Chrysanthemum. I think you're going to see another Boba Fett. I think you're going to be getting at least 3 or 4 still from The Mandalorian, not even season 3. You're going to get hit with a lot of that. But they can't just hit us with that. You're going to see, obviously, another wave of thrills for Attack of the Clones. You're going to see more figures from the Clone Wars. Could it be a Zaj Ventress? Could it be a Savage Opress? Could we be getting Clone Commander Wolf? Could we be getting Clone Commander Bly? How about Commander Fox? How about other figures such as that? I say yes. What about the Bespin Luke? Was it a fluke? Was it like, yeah, we came out with one of those. We know it's selling better than everything else we put out, but we're just not going to concentrate on that? No. They will concentrate on that. So what does that mean? If the Empire Strikes Back is also selling, that means you're going to get that as well. And all you have to do, and all they have to do, is consult with Star Wars themselves, is consult with Lucasfilm themselves, is consult with Disney themselves, in which they purchased the license from, and hear from them on the characters they're focusing on, which is the Mandalorian and Grogu, which is Casca and Grief Karga and Axe Wolves, but it's also Luke Skywalker. It's also Ahsoka Tano. It's also R2-D2. It's also Grand Admiral Thrawn. It's also Boba Fett. It's also R5-D4. And you have to wonder, are they starting to do the same things? And I say, yes. So I've got the coffee right here, baby. And it's party time here on planet Tatooine, because all bets are off now when it comes to Star Wars for Hot Toys. And I think that your 2023 pre-orders are going to be filled with not only great Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and Disney Plus content, but obviously are going to be filled with some Attack of the Clones, obviously, and some original trilogy figures, obviously, as well. And does that mean that 2023 will follow the same suit? Well, if they want to make the money that they're making now, I say yes. And I think that that's your future when it comes to Star Wars from Hot Toys. And remember, as we get into the figures over here, I'm pulling back up 6-scale Cantina. You can see right on the screen from the latest news, pulling this back up. Make no mistake about it, this was purposeful. This was purposeful. Showing this up here. We are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars, Attack of the Clones, to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Stay tuned for the next wave of thrills. The key words in this sentence are wave, number one, because a wave indicates more than one, and thrills, which means that they absolutely 100% knew what we were looking for, what we were expecting. Just like Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and Disney knew what we were expecting more than what we received in the sequels, which is why you're getting what you're getting from The Mandalorian and subsequently after that. And I believe it's going to follow along those same lines, baby. Did you hit the like button yet, baby? It's the Dark Jedi. It's Saturday night, and Maximum Rex with the $2 drop. Thank you. I left it up here, brother. Says, tip your bartender. Fill up of Rancor rum at 2024. Well, let's get the rum out, baby. And here's the glass bottle. You can hear the banging on here. Let's go ahead and fill you up, my friend. And this is at right now, table 24.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
Let's go ahead and get right into it on some of these figures that could be coming out for Attack of the Clones, and also the Empire Strikes Back right on cue. And on top of that, P-Rockzilla's in the house. More vehicles, please. And I say yes. Good to have P-Rock in here. Great guy. Subscribe to his channel. It's got good stuff going on. P-Rock, my man, in the house here. 4K Media Guy says Mace Padme, Kit Fisto, Super Battle Droid. All right. Let's fill that table up again. Let's fill this table up again.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
Yeah. All right. Let's put it up on the screen. Let's talk about it. All right. So here you go. So you have to wonder. A lot of people are asking me and sending me messages. Aries, do you think we're going to get Count Dooku, this Count Dooku from Attack of the Clones, as part of this wave upcoming for the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary? So I think that there's two things to discuss here. There is a wave that's going to come again this month. Make no mistake about it. I think the wave is coming May 16th for the anniversary. I think what you're going to see at Celebration is everything but Attack of the Clones. You may see a couple on there, but I think you're going to have a bunch of different things. As they said with that announcement, remember, never before seen before. I think that one's going to be Cad Bane heavy and perhaps original trilogy heavy. And Obi-Wan series heavy. We'll see. But I think you're going to get your Attack of the Clones on the anniversary of Attack of the Clones, which is May 16th, which is not May 26th. And if you want to use the analogy, well, they can wait, though, till the 25th and 26th. Well, they didn't wait for May 4th on the 26th. And obviously, the anniversary of Attack of the Clones is pretty significant, or they wouldn't be dropping all of this. So I think they're going to come out with it on that day. So you need to keep that in mind. That if you're wondering what kind of announcements or releases we're going to get, you're probably going to have it in conjunction with the 16th. And you're certainly going to have some stuff on Celebration, unless Sideshow flat out lied, which they didn't. So you got a lot of stuff to balance out over there. They absolutely will do something on the 20th anniversary, May 16th for Star Wars. It's going to happen. And with this Count Dooku, pulling that up onto the screen. 100%. This figure is going to have a 2.0 and it's going to come out again. Whether it comes out in this wave this month remains to be seen. At the end of the day, before they finish this packaging, is it possible that we get Count Dooku to answer all those questions? And I say, book it, Dano. Those are for all you Hawaii 5-0 fans. This would be a thrill for a lot of people that don't want to spend $450, $550 on this figure. It'd be a thrill. But we already know this figure. I'm not sure. It could come this month, but it's 100% going to come during this whole thing. And certainly before the end of the year in this. That's my call on it. On this figure. But you're going to get it. P-Rockzilla says, thank you so much, Aries. Absolutely. Well, thank you, P-Rock. You got great content. You got a great channel. Love to do shows with you, brother. You got a great vibe. Always good to have you on here, my friend. Mark Attack says, I hope that if they do Kit Fisto, it looks like it did in the thing. Yeah, in Revenge of the Sith, he looked like he had done Dead Sticks. Yeah, I'm going to bring that one up in a little bit. Need a Yaddle. It's going to come someday. It's 100% going to come. It's a Jedi from the Jedi Council, MB Dyson. And I believe they're going to give you all the Jedi from the Jedi Council, even the one with the really long neck, which is escaping me right now, what his name is. Still need an OTC 3PO. Yeah, but you're already up. Yeah, I need it too. But we're going to get it because they already gave us this. So you're going to have more than your fill of that. You're going to get a New Hope C-3PO. You're going to get Empire Strikes Back C-3PO. You're going to get Return of the Jedi C-3PO. You're going to get Revenge of the Sith C-3PO. You're going to get a lot of C-3PO, my friend. Keep the faith, like I've been telling you. It's all coming. May 16th lands on a Monday. And that is a really, really good point. Because what do they typically do on a Sunday night / Monday morning at midnight? And you have to wonder, is that going to be a night where your Dark Jedi is going to have a lot of coffee going up late at night? And is it possible on May 16th, as Single Songwriter says here, that we're going to get another wave of thrills? And we're going to do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I would have told you, which I was, but not exactly Attack of the Clones, that you were going to get 5 legacy characters in one drop, you would say I'm out of my mind. You would say I'm out of my mind. But all I'll do to respond now is fill up table 1 for you.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Always good to have some fun over here. From the Big Dog Pound, Cantina, throw up your glass and salute Aries, the Dark Jedi, for another great show. Oh, you're way too kind, but thank you so much, Big Dog Pound. Woo! An honor to you and your avatar. Love Ric Flair. Huge Ric Flair fan. Love Charlotte Flair. Love the whole WWF, WWE, NWA, where he came from. WCW, NWO. Can you smell what the Hot Toys Wizard is cooking? Come on. Jawa, not Jawa juice, Wizard juice. Thank you so much there, Big Dog Pound, for the $5 drop. Always appreciate the support. Always happy to serve you all up. Always happy to share my insight with you. And look, with 100 in here, go ahead and let's smash that like button. You are watching Live and Raw with your Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'm serving up all your Star Wars Hot Toys joy, Hot Toys tidings, Hot Toys predictions, Hot Toys insight, Hot Toys Star Wars analysis. And at the end of the day, if you are a Star Wars fan and you collect Hot Toys, you're probably pretty darn happy with this past week. And may I suggest to you that with the upcoming wave, you're probably going to get blown away by some head sculpt human magic. And we're getting into that right now. Thank you so much, Big Dog Pound. Always appreciate the super chats and the big support from you. My brother, Fat Batman, goes, woo! Come on. Single songwriter. You bet, my friend. You bet. Look at that. All right. Count Dooku's going to come. I don't know if it's in this wave, but he's going to come in this packaging. We'll see if it comes this year or next. Let's go to more of these. Let's pull this up because we got to talk about this. All right. Bring this up onto the screen. I mean, seriously, guys. Seriously, girls. We have to take a long look at this, and I'm going to shout this out to my friend Fabio from Fab's Figures, who maybe is going to be joining me on this show in a little bit to recap this week, talk about some of the stuff here. We're going to pump up our show. Fabio and I will be live with the Market Show Live with Aries and Fabio this coming Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss that. 8:25 p.m. Just call it 8:30. Just like last week, same time, same station. You don't want to miss Aries and Fabio with the Market Show Live this coming Monday. Wow, it's going to be an epic one. He'll be coming on a little bit. We'll kind of get ready for that. But look, this is something that he was talking about. And he really felt, because of the focus right now on Obi-Wan and Anakin, in conjunction with the anniversary of Attack of the Clones, in conjunction with all the things that are going on right now, it makes sense for them to give us an Obi-Wan from the Attack of the Clones and also an Anakin from Attack of the Clones. So you have to wonder, could these be at least one of them in the next wave of thrills? And I say yes. And here's the interesting thing about the Anakin. Remember, I told you right around the holidays that I had some exclusive inside information provided to me from the Hot Toys Wizard about Anakin Hayden Christensen himself saying from his own lips that it wasn't just one, but 3 Hot Toys figures being worked on right now. Yes. Is this one of them? It makes sense, doesn't it? I firmly believe we're going to be getting an Attack of the Clones Anakin, and we're going to be getting an Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan, like you're seeing here on the screen. Now, let me know what your thoughts are about that. Wizard. Yes. Is this what they call me or you, OG fan?
They call him the Wizard.
People lose our minds with these. I remember when they put these out with the Black Series. Gosh, a few years ago, people lost their mind with this wave. I mean, these are hot. These are hot characters from Attack of the Clones. You got to put these out, guys. I cannot wait. You're going to get both of them. For sure, you're getting both of them. This is a completely different look for Anakin. This would be great. You're going to get one or the other for sure. Let me know if you think. Single Songwriter goes, yes, need these 2 in my Hot Toys collection. 4K Media guy says, I would pre-order them instantly. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So these are 2 that are going to be coming in the wave of thrills. Going into some other ones, I mean, really, these are right there. And pulling this up on the screen. Let's see if this is the one I want to put up. Yes. This is on my banner. And pulling this up. Good to have Alfito in here. Come on. So when we talk about Padme, this is one of those figures from the crypt. Right here. I don't think there's a better time to put out this character than now, because we're going to be seeing some of the pain, some of the after effects of Anakin turning into Darth Vader and dealing with what the Emperor told him, that in his anger he killed Padme. And I think there's going to be some flashbacks. I think it is a relevant time. I think it makes sense now. Not even mentioning the fact that it's also the 20th anniversary for Attack of the Clones. And even on top of that, this is a figure they already have a mold for that they teased back in what, 2018 or 19, whenever it was. So Manaha Collectibles was talking about this Padme, and shout out to my friend Dante for the Manaha Collectibles. I really believe this will be out this month, for sure. And so you're looking at Padme, you're looking at Anakin, you're looking at Obi-Wan, you're looking at the 3 stars from Attack of the Clones for an Attack of the Clones anniversary. Could this be in the next wave coming this month? You could be getting all 3. Could you even imagine that? What would you do? You spilled your coffee on May 4th. You spilled your coffee on May 4th. You had a grand old time. You got a clone trooper from Attack of the Clones. You got another clone pilot. You got a battle droid. You got R2. You got 3PO, diecast. Imagine if you got Padme, Anakin, and Obi-Wan Kenobi from Attack of the Clones. And when they come out with figures for these shows, whether it's Moon Knight or the Falcon and Winter Soldier or Mandalorian, don't they always come out with the actual stars of the show? And if they're focusing on Attack of the Clones, could we get Padme in this wave this month? Could we get star number 2, Hayden Christensen, from Attack of the Clones this month? Could we get star number 3 from Attack of the Clones this month, Ewan McGregor? And I say, yes. You absolutely could. Absolutely could. And here's the other thing. Let's talk about a very significant popular actor star in this show. Right here. Let's talk about this, because I've talked about this for quite some time. Let's actually just put this image up on the screen. What's the purpose of this? What's the meaning of throwing this in here? Very deliberately, very purposefully positioned, very precisely. With sidebar text that Joao from Big Bretta, shout out to him, was talking about, that was saying light up effects and things like that, not sold or whatever. I mean, whatever the thing was, which further emphasized that this is the figure. Those are big stars. Natalie Portman, Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Samuel L. Jackson. Of course, Ian McDermott. But save Ian McDermott for a minute. Talk about Mace. And I mean, if they come out with Mace, then you're certainly going to do this. And they're basically showing you right here that they're going to be coming out with it. And then they basically, going back to 6scalecantina.com, told you in this comment, if you look at and to go to the section here above the biggest mover section, what the breaking news is. Let's look at this breaking news. Stay tuned for our next wave of thrills. And they teased Mace Windu. Is it possible that they're thinking, that you're thinking, that you're contemplating and wondering and anticipating Mace Windu? Of course they are. Of course they are. Look at the news that we've gotten. This is from 6scalecantina.com. This is your breaking news section for Star Wars Hot Toys. You see this latest thing from May 5th. Then you see from May 4th all the coffee spillers on the screen. And then you see below that the C-3PO and R2Ts. Then you see next to that Anakin from the Clone Wars. And I don't even have Bespin Luke on here anymore. But if I'm looking at this, I don't see anything on Disney Plus right now. Luke Bespin, Anakin Clone Wars, R2, C-3PO, all these Attack of the Clones, and then another one saying a wave of Attack of the Clones. Wow. Real crazy indeed. For sure. Getting messages here from the Hot Toys Wizard, and actually right here from, I think this may be the Wizard trying to get in the show. I put in a new anti-interruption software. We'll see how long that lasts. And you have to wonder, where's a cigar? Does he have a cigar? If it's
what's going on? What's up, guys?
It's Fabio. It's not him. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? Sorry I'm late. I had to help my friend move. He's been moving out. So I had to go take a couple of trips with him at his old place, pick up stuff, bring it in. So that's why I'm running late. But I'm here now. What's going on? What are you guys talking about?
That's it. So you helped Dante off the toilet. You had to help him move and
had to help him wipe.
Oh my goodness! I don't even know. We've just been having fun with Live and Raw, and welcome on the show. We're just the biggest thing here is dissecting this particular comment that we've been talking about. I was telling everybody that you made a call on this. I'm just going to go right to it because I'll show you this comment here in a minute as I pull it up. But I'm going to this here, Fabio, now that you're on, because I was putting words in your mouth, but I was giving you credit because you were talking about these two guys here. And yep. I agree with what you said earlier this week. Look, the thing I was pointing out, and I got it up on 6scalecantina.com, the latest news is not really those 5 drops from May 4th. I have it up as part of the latest news. The latest news is from May 5th, where they carefully said, stay tuned for our next wave of thrills, keywords being wave, which insinuates way more than one, thrills, which means they paid attention to the reaction from this versus the reaction last year, which they wanted to forget about real quick. But I really believe we got no figures with these thrills that we got so far with head sculpts, my brother. I think now, every time they come out with a new show, whether it's Moon Knight, Falcon and Winter Soldier, this one, that one, whatever show it is, WandaVision, they always give you the stars. The stars of this show is what you called here. Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman. Those are your 3 stars. It's like Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford.
Yep.
How do they even do Attack of the Clones anniversary without having these 3 in there? Plus, to your point, they already signed. These guys are doing the freaking show coming out.
And that's what made me link the two together because, again, my opinion is this, and this is where I see this going. Like you said, these are the stars of that movie. There hasn't been a tease of anything regarding them. We've gotten the clones, which is troopers, no head sculpt, like you just mentioned. So for them to continue the wave, hype, we got to get some head sculpts. The only reason why I say these two are coming is because obviously, Obi-Wan's show is coming up soon. We know that both of these guys are going to be on the show as well. We know that Hot Toys isn't going to tease or announce anything from the show to avoid any spoilers. Lately, they've done the same exact thing with every single Marvel show. They wait until the end to announce or for the show at least to start, to announce whatever figure is coming from them. So the reason why I think these two are coming is because, number one, they belong with episode 2. Number 2, it creates hype for the show as well. And we get to get younger Obi-Wan. We get a Padawan Anakin. And then whatever's coming from the show. So I think it would make a lot of sense for them to do it that way. If they don't, there's no shocker because, again, Hot Toys will do whatever they want. And as usual, they will do whatever blows our mind and, has us like not even expecting it. So, but that's my view on this. That's what I think is going to happen. It would be super great if it happens. Let's just hope for the best.
And here's an interesting thing. No, I totally agree with you. And I think that what happens is if they put this pre-order up, it'll have a month or two of getting pre-orders, and then it won't matter. It'll be up for another 16, 18 months, and it'll be they'll have a couple of Obi-Wans. Fat Batman's Collecting Nightmares says 2 different Obi-Wans in the same month because he's referring to the Clone Wars one. I will be like that guy and spilling coffee, and he's referring to Fabio, this guy that I've been playing all show here. And I've been basically pointing out that we did that 5 times, and we're about to do that another 5 times. I've got some theories that I was talking through, and basically just a lot of stuff that we were talking about as far as the difference between Star Wars and Marvel. The difference, brought up a lot of the vintage, how Star Wars, is based compared to other IPs, and they got a lot of those type of collectors coming into Hot Toys. So it needs to be looked at with that added into it to project the future. The other thing that I was bringing up as well, and I'm going to put this up to Fat Batman's comment there, which I agree, and to your comment with this, is when you go to Sideshow right now, it's very, very freaking telling. When you sort this out best-selling wise, brother, it is, and we're going through some of these figures. When you look at this, for 4 weeks now, it's 4 weeks tonight, this Bespin Luke is number 1 and number 2. And look at that. Look how good these other ones are doing. And 3PO is way more expensive than all these. He's a droid, and he's selling more than those Mandalorian. That's higher than I thought this would be. That says a whole lot. But when you put in Marvel, the one with the hot show, it is Luke from 1980, both versions that are just number 1. It's insanity. So the point is, and when you bring up just Luke, I can bring up all the Lukes. You got this Luke up for pre-order. You got Mandalorian Luke up for pre-order. You got Luke Snowspeeder Pilot up for pre-order. I remember you and I were talking about how I really felt that there were going to be multiple Lukes up, maybe another one here. Also multiple Vaders. So really, when it comes to Obi-Wan, he's right up there with Luke. He's not Luke, but he's close. He's right up there, Luke. He's one of the main characters. He's like a Spider-Man, like a Loki. Mm-hmm. So having multiple of this guy up, he has different hairstyles in every one. It's not going to be you pick one or the other. For some people, it might be that are casual fans, but not for diehard Star Wars. They're going to buy them all.
Correct. And like I said, the reason why, that young Obi-Wan from the episode 2 should come at least is for that reason. They're going to be completely different. They're not going to have the same type of hair. They're not going to have the same, amount of beard hair. They're not going to be the exact same thing. It's going to be a different outfit. It's going to be a lot of different things in the figure. So it's going to be, one figure from the movie, one figure from the show, or multiple figures from the show. But this figure from the episode 2, we're not, you're not getting anywhere else. You know what I mean? You could get an older Obi-Wan from the show, absolutely. But that young Ewan McGregor, you're not getting ever again. So it would make sense for them not only collecting wise, but on their end, money wise. Nobody's going to say, "Oh, I don't want a young Obi-Wan, and I don't want an old Obi." You know what I mean? Like,
no way, dude.
Exactly. So that's why I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what I think is going to happen, really. And that's why I think it's going to happen with Luke. I think you're going to get another one. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And good to have so many people in here, 104 watching. Let's go ahead and smash the like button. You're watching Aries Live and Raw. My good friend Fabio's jumped in here at the tail end. We're going to talk about our great show coming up on Monday and a little bit about what we could expect here this month. And good to have Don Prime in the house. Don, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome in the Cantina. And Thick Bantha Boy is in here as well. Good to have Thick Bantha Boy. Alex, so many of you, gosh, coming in and out. Welcome to the Cantina. Let me know what table you're at, and I will fill you up, baby. But so, here's the thing. I'm showing you this up on the screen, and I really think, Fabio, if you calculate Obi-Wan, it's going to go the same way as Luke, because they're going to put a pre-order up of Obi-Wan from this show. So already that's one. If they just do one, you're going to have the Clone Wars Obi-Wan. That's two. And I firmly with you. You're going to have that Attack of the Clone Wars. That's three right there. Right there. That's three at the same time.
I have a feeling we're getting them two. We're getting Padme. And again, even if, for example, let's just say Obi-Wan is, he's not that popular, whatever. He's still a Jedi. And I know that any Star Wars fan is not going to turn down a Jedi. Whether he's young, whether he's old, it's a Jedi. Again, with Padme was teased already, years ago. So was Kit Fisto. This is the biggest opportunity, and I feel like they did. They're celebrating this and giving us all these figures on purpose for that line. There's no way they're going to miss out on Kit Fisto if it's already teased. It's already teasy from again years ago. There's no reason for them to not give us figures that have been shown to us but never produced. So I feel like this is their perfect opportunity to release everything, and they know that we're going to be happy about all these announcements as well. So it's just money for them, period.
Talk to me about Kit Fisto. All right, so if you have to make a call, I'm going to bring up their latest announcement, going back to 6scalecantina.com while it loads, and I bring it up. I personally believe they very carefully crafted this and that. I think that I think you mentioned this to me, that you felt that they were watching some of our content, some of the content in the community. They pay attention to the Facebook posts, and they've been watching these videos. I really think they probably paid attention to all the reaction from this year versus last year. And I personally believe that on top of that, when I put this up onto the screen, that it was very purposeful the way that they crafted this. If you look here, it says, "We are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones." To me, that means nothing. Okay, great. We're going to get more. But what they said here was, stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. Very, very interesting to me. They were very quick to throw this out. I personally believe, this is my call, I see a lot of people saying, and I didn't know because I wasn't able to be on the show with you guys last on Friday or whatnot, but I don't know what people, but I've heard people anticipating Celebration for these. I caution with that. I think it's Celebration. We may get OT and Mandalorian, a lot of that, because May 16th is the 20th anniversary for Attack of the Clones, and it looks like Star Wars is making a big deal out of this 20th anniversary. So I feel that Star Wars and Hot Toys are going to want on May 16th to have at least an announcement. So, and that single songwriter was pulling out into here before you jumped on, that May 16th is actually a Monday. They love to do those Sunday night, Monday morning
Exactly.
I think it's possible we can get a wave on the 16th, actually, to be honest with you.
I think we're definitely, like you said, we're definitely getting something. There, for that day, we're definitely getting something. So either they're gonna slowly give us something here and there until that day, and then wait, give us the best for last on that day, or they're gonna wait for that day to give us whatever else it is that they're teasing us with these words. The fact that, like you said, they're saying stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. That means that they're paying attention to people's reactions regarding every announcement. They see that people are very excited. They see the response to the community. So they know that they're giving us even more cool stuff later on. And that's why I feel like they're holding it for closer to that date.
Yeah, and I'm putting this up from Mama Luigi, and I love the avatar. And, she's asking, will we get 5 more Attack of the Clones announcements? And here's the thing, and I've been talking about all show. You can't say that we won't, because the way that they're wording this, you don't know. And the reaction has been that, wow. And the other thing, Fabio, with this, to your point, they're looking at the reaction. They're seeing the reaction. They could have carefully planned it, even if, let's say that they actually do, which give us 5 on that day. Do you know that that's only 15 pre-orders for 2023? And they have 32. I mean, there's only so many Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and even the upcoming series that they're going to be able to put out. And they're going to have to start putting out. People don't remember with Hot Toys. You got to remember, right about at the summer, going into the fall, they stopped the announcements for 2023. It's going to go 2024. There's only a certain amount of time. So you've got May. We're at the second week of May. We're starting. You got June, July, August. That's it. Once September hits, those have got to really come out and start coming out in 2024. You're going to get some maybe the fourth quarter, but that's another thing to consider. They only got. I could actually see this, Fabio, just from numbers.
And another thing, you guys got to realize too, the 2 troopers that we got, the clone and the pilot. If you look at the actual bodies of these figures, they're the same exact figure. One is clean, and one is scuffed up and dirtied up. There's no head sculpt, so those 2 figures for them are 1, 2, 3. They didn't really spend much time. And again, when I say that, I don't mean like, making a Venom obviously is going to require more time than a clone trooper, especially a clean trooper. So these figures for them are just 1, 2, 3. All they're really focused on is the helmets because they're different. But the outfits are there. The scuffing is, they have them made, whatever. So those 2 figures, I'm not even counting as like, them taking time to make these figures. That's why I feel like they're holding the really big surprises till the end, because to them, these are not, even though that the C-3PO and the R2 are big deal. I think out of these 5, the C-3PO was the biggest deal of all. But I feel like they have a lot bigger stuff coming, because now I feel like the head sculpts are going to be the big reveal, which again, Kit Fisto, Padme, Obi, what's his name? Anakin. So I feel like that's going to be the big surprise and the thrills, like they say.
I think you're right. I'm 100% with you, brother. And thank you so much, Baba Luigi. Don Prime from Geeking Out. Shout out to Don Prime and Geeking Out channel. Clone Commandos, Attack of the Clones. They were mentioned and commanded by Mace. Yes. So right there, I agree with that.
That's another one. Correct. That's another one. So yeah. Let's say if we were getting 5, right? Let's say we got 5 now. We're getting 5 later. Padme, Kit Fisto, Mace, Anakin, Obi.
Well, and you just mentioned, with the exception of Ian McDermott, which I really feel like his biggest thing was in Revenge of the Sith, and that's the one we're going to get with him, because with that one, you can get Senator Palpatine and the Emperor. It'd be great for them to do a pack like that, but I'm not ruling that out. But besides him, those were the main actors. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
The Chancellor would be a good one too.
It would be really damn good. So that's my feeling as well. If I were to guess this month on what was coming out personally, I would say Padme, which Manaha Collectibles has been called that. I already gave him a shout out on the show for this month. Obi-Wan, Anakin, I agree with you. That's 3. Kit Fisto for sure. And I think the Sam Jackson. I would think that, but you could get some more clones.
Exactly. Right.
And they could take a couple of those out. Let's go over. I'm going to put some on the screen, and I'm going to put some other ones on here. And I want to see if you would be shocked by this if it happened this month, or wouldn't be. And I'm going to pull this up on here, and you tell me. So here's a couple of Jedi: Luminara, Unduli, and Shakti from the Attack of the Clones battle. So when you look at like Jedi like this, would any of you in the chat be shocked? I know we'd all spill our coffee, and yes, I would buy. You all know I would buy these in a heartbeat. I would talk about it. I wouldn't be able to stop talking about it if they put a Jedi like this out. However, I personally think the Kit Fisto is coming first. That being said, I wouldn't be completely shocked if we actually got one of these lady Jedi here. What do you think about this, Fabio?
I would be shocked 1,000%, but like you said, I would buy them 100%. Completely different. You know, when we talk about specifically me, when I say Jedis, for some reason I just think men. You know what I mean? When I say, oh, we need more Jedis, you know, obviously they're female Jedis, but I feel like when you think of Jedis, you think of men. If they come out with these, you better believe they're already going to be limited because they're females. Nobody expected these to begin with.
No, yeah.
So I would be like, oh my God. Like I would 1,000% be shocked about this.
I would have so much joy with this, brother. I mean, this would definitely tell you we're coming out with the whole council, I would think. And I was telling people earlier in the show, even the Jedi, which I'm sure that some people in here know. My apologies for not remembering the name, but the guy with the really long neck, and then he has a little around on the Jedi, the council there. You're going to get Yaddle. You're going to get them all. You can't, this is going to come. Will it come in this packaging? I don't know. But things like this are going to come. Let me pull out another one, because this was another very interesting character in Attack of the Clones. And here's one of the male Jedi you're talking about, Ki-Adi-Mundi, who was a pretty big deal in the Jedi Council. What about if they did something like this? Would this be like, what the heck?
Absolutely. I would be shocked 100%, but again, immediate purchase. Pre-order immediately, because, again, it's very unexpected. I would expect, again, an Obi-Wan before that, a Kit Fisto before that, because I've seen them. You know, we've seen them. So that's why I would expect those first. Does not mean that Hot Toys is not going to give us something out of left field that they've never shown us. They do that all the time. So it's not that, but I would be shocked because, again, this guy, even though he was a big deal, he doesn't cross my mind because Hot Toys hasn't really hinted at anything going that way. But he's game all day long.
103 in here. Please go ahead and smash the like button. The Dark Jedi appreciates your support, and you're watching Live and Raw with Aries. And Fabio has popped up here on the last segment, and we're having some fun together, recapping this week and anticipating the future. I hope you've enjoyed this show so far and are enjoying this. Again, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're not, I'll mention this now as we pause. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. We appreciate your support. Then you get all the latest pings on what's going to happen on 6 Scale Cantina. But the other thing is, I have decided to hold the giveaway, because now there's going to be multiple giveaways until our Saturday show at the end of the month. You don't want to miss that. That's when I'm going to do it, because the whole month of March is Force Month March when it comes to Star Wars. May 4th week was just the beginning. You're going to have stuff on the 16th. You're going to have stuff throughout the month. We believe, Fabio and I. And you're going to get stuff at Celebration. They already said they're going to do that. So At the end of the month, we're going to have a big Force Month May celebration. I'm going to be giving away a brand new Star Wars hot toy. I've been telling you about that. It will be sponsored from Ray at Hawk Wars Toys, just like it was at the holidays. So you don't want to forget. You don't want to miss out on that. You'll get a choice, brand new hot toy. So you want to do that. So subscribe now because the computer will chuck you out if you don't. So make sure you're subscribed to be eligible when that time comes. I'll tell you how to enter it as the month goes on. But Fabio's going to be giving away something too, right, Fabs? We're going to be doing that together. He's going to be on the Saturday show with me from the beginning at the end of the month, and we celebrate this month. Yep. And you're going to have to subscribe to Fabio too at Fabs Figures to get that giveaway. But he's giving away something really cool, and more of that will come. But Fabio, I don't know if you have anything you want to say on that now.
So my giveaway would be, I'm trying to get, obviously, when I reach 1,000. But I have a giveaway for you guys as well. I wasn't going to say anything yet, but it's coming, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be the same time as Aries'. But yeah, I'm excited to finally be able to, give you guys something. You guys support, at least the people that I, see all the time, I speak to all the time, very supportive of me, my channel, my group, my pretty much everything. So I have no complaints with you guys. I'm excited to be able to pay it forward. So can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So subscribe to both of us. It's real important because that's how you're going to be eligible. Let's talk about this comment. Six Scale Separatist says they got to release Django this month. No better time to do it. I actually agree with that. Django was pivotal in Attack of the Clones. What are your thoughts on that, buddy?
Absolutely. And not necessarily, the reason why Hot Toys may be delayed, but I feel like it would make sense now that if they did it on purpose and delayed it on purpose for this reason, and, their goal was, once we announce the 20th anniversary of episode 2, then we'll release, what's his name? Django. So I believe that now at this point, I believe that was done on purpose for that reason, and it should be, should start shipping at some point soon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I believe so. There's been some talk, and some people in the chat, Fabio, feel that it will be in the packaging. Some people feel that they hope that they're able to pull it off. Some people think it won't be. I know we've talked about it. I wouldn't rule it totally out. I agree that it probably is too quick to do it, but that would be interesting if they were able to pull something off like that. I don't know what that would be way in advance. These figures aren't coming out till 2023, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. The reason why I don't think they're going to use the 20th anniversary packaging is because they would have announced it with the packaging already. Like, because again, we know that that's a big deal. These packaging, they're very attractive for us collectors. So, in my opinion, they would have done that, or they would have announced it with that packaging. If they're going to give us a different packaging than what they were expected to, I think they would let us know. And the reason why I think they would let us know is not for like asking permission, but to let us know because they know that we like that packaging. So to even hype it up even more. Here, the figure was delayed, but we delayed it for this reason to give you guys a better packaging. That's an option. 100% an option. They could be smart and do it that way and play it off like, oh, this is why we held up. I mean, again, I'm not saying that this is...
That would be smart, wouldn't it? If they really did have a problem. They're like, oh, but we're doing it so you get the packaging. So we were doing it all along.
And that's what I mean. So when and this is what I was telling you earlier, like, before, when I speak about these things, I speak as if it was my company and this is what I would do. So let's say I've had delays for whatever reason. So I would use that as an excuse, be like, oh, we delayed it. That's what I would do. There's nothing, it's not something illegal or anything wrong, but I made you guys wait. So I'm going to give you something better as a thank you for waiting. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And here's an interesting one. Before I want to get into Empire Strikes Back with you, because this thing with my banners, how we're going to end this. But I want to bring this last Attack of the Clones because I have some interesting opinions on this or thoughts in my mind. This is Zam Wessel, who actually would go really well with the Django Fett and actually is a bounty hunter. you know, it's not like, you know, this actress is super dynamically popular where it's going to cost $8 billion to you know, to get this. This would be interesting. A bounty hunter, display it with Django, could use it for Attack of the Clones. It was definitely really a huge part of that movie. It's really what set the movie, set it going. What do you think? I mean, this wouldn't shock me, but I'd be shocked, but I'd love it. Female bounty hunter? Man.
I'd be shocked now. If it was announced now, I'd be like, oh my God, this came out of nowhere. Is it ever coming? Again, now with the movie line being wide open for anything's possible. And they saw the reaction of us, you know, when they announced all these figures, so they know we're in it. So do I think this is not coming? This is coming eventually. Now, I would be shocked. I don't think it's coming now. Is it ever coming? There's a huge possibility that it's coming.
Yeah, and good old Sam Wesel says, Night of Red 789. Welcome to everybody in here that's coming into Live and Raw here on this Saturday night. Putting this up on the screen from Brandon Altman. Would they ever release a Kid Boba? And I say yes. And here's why. Not only did they already show him in 5 or 6 flashbacks in Book of Boba Fett already. They're already showing you there's going to be a kid Luke Skywalker in the Obi-Wan series. You know you're going to have the kid Leia with Jimmy Smits in this upcoming series. I think, Fabio, if they make one small figure that's kid, that it probably opens the door for maybe other kid characters from Star Wars, like the kid Boba Fett that was already in the Book of Boba Fett, like the kid Luke they're showing in the Obi-Wan trailer, like the kid version of Leia, maybe even, I know it may be hard maybe with that actor, but with the Phantom Menace, the kid Anakin. But if he already signed rights that they could put out figures, then they just might be able to put it out. I think it opens up the door.
Exactly, and specifically for that size of figures, you know, the kids, they're going to be what, Yoda size. So absolutely, yeah, no, that's a great point.
It'd be like Quill, it'd be Quill or Yoda, yeah,
exactly. No, that's a possibility, 100%. The thing is, you know, me now thinking marketing wise, I understand Yoda by himself. I get it. You know, he's an entire world of a character by himself. But are people really going to buy a kid Anakin? I don't know. If it comes in the 2-pack with somebody else, absolutely.
If it came in I hear what you're saying. It's like, am I going to buy a kid Anakin?
Exactly.
Or kid Luke? But if kid Luke comes with kid Leia, I might be like, yeah, okay.
Correct. That's different. But or if it came with, another character that's a full-blown 1/6 character, and then you have a kid next to him, absolutely they'll make a killing with that. But I personally, if they came out, absolutely I would get them.
There's your Bail Organa. Let's talk about it. Because you're going to have, I mean, this is interesting. I'm being all serious with this. And I've been serious about Bail Organa. But this is very serious. If they show him holding her hand when they meet up with Obi-Wan, it's a perfect opportunity to release Bail Organa and Leia's dad and a kid Leia. That would be a 2-pack.
And that's what I mean. Those would sell. And again, if they sold an Anakin, by himself, I would definitely get him. If they sold a kid Leia by herself, I would, so that's not what I mean. I feel like they would sell better though as a double pack, having a full-grown character. Doesn't matter what it could be. It could be a trooper. It could be a human character. It could be an alien character. It doesn't matter what it is. But as long as they add a full-size figure to the 1/6 scale kid, I feel like they would make a killing and everybody would buy them. 100%.
Best Car Kid says, yup, 100% I'd buy a kid Anakin. Mark Attack goes, slaughtered younglings 2-pack. There's your dark side Anakin. He's going to get 2.0 with slaughtered younglings. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. I don't think they'll do that. MB Dyson 829, Last Jedi kid with broom. Never say never one of the things I talked about at the beginning of the show, guys, was all this love for Attack of the Clones, all this love for the prequels, and there was a lot of hatred with the Phantom Menace when it came out. It's all the stuff on Jar Jar Binks was talking about it with 808, who's in the chat. You know, he remembers as well. And with Attack of the Clones, so much mockery of this. It's like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It wasn't very well received. And it was funny when the Revenge of the Sith came out, it was almost like they were saying a rebound. And I was like, rebound? The first two movies were fantastic. 20 years later, everybody's spilling their coffee over this. You can't discount and say never when it comes to these sequel figures. You're definitely going to get the Dark Side Ray. It's coming. And, you'll get stuff in the future. It's not over forever.
And don't forget, also, you know, we've always, you know, specifically on your show, the majority of conversations have always been Star Wars. And you know that a lot of collectors don't really like the sequels. But if you notice now, suddenly everybody loves the sequels, you know? So that's another thing you got to be aware of. For the longest time, I've always heard OT, 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 everything else was no good. But now when we're shown figures and we're shown really good figures and we're shown, you know, one of a kind figures like C-3PO, everybody's like, oh, wait a minute, I think I like them now. So, you know, don't close yourself off to things like that, because you never know what they're going to show you. And this is why I, you know, when it comes to collecting, you know, we talk about this, and Joao is the one who really, like, you know, he pointed it out as a joke, but, you know, a lot of people feel like, well, if you haven't seen a movie, you shouldn't be collecting. If you haven't seen a show, you shouldn't be collecting. The reason why I bring this up is because, again, a lot of people had forever, as far as I know, we don't like the sequels. We don't like the sequels. Oh, OT only. The reason why C-3PO is up there, you know, as high sellers or best sellers is because somebody's buying them. And the majority of people from as far as I remember, sequels were no sequels, no this, no that. So, but what's happening? You're seeing figures. Oh, cool. Wow, that looks cool.
Yep.
I really like, you know, it doesn't matter that it came from a sequel now because you focus on the figures. You know what I mean? So that's another thing you guys got to, like, think about. It's like, don't knock things. Yeah, you may not like it. Fine. But then they'll be like, oh, I'm not getting this. I'm never getting it, because guess what? There's a chance that they're going to give you some fire and you're going to end up buying it anyway. Yeah,
no, absolutely. 100 in here. Smash the like button. You're watching Aries on Live and Raw. Fabio has popped in over here. Good to have Fabio in the house. Remember, we're going to have our show coming up on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Coming up here on Monday. You don't want to miss that. Market Show Live with Aries and Fabio. We're going to be killing it here Monday evening. Go ahead and book it on your calendars. We got a lot of stuff in the secondary market to discuss. We got more news analysis to discuss. Maybe we're going to get something else tomorrow night. We're going to see. But we got a whole lot to go over. Putting this up on the screen, we'll go to the last segment now with Fabio. So glad you popped in, brother. This was last year, minus the Biker Scout reissue from The Mandalorian with the bike, minus Quill, and minus Quill with the blurg. Complete contrast, except for that Echo, which is fantastic, from last year. So let's actually, you know, with this, I brought it up before and showed you how well. I want to end this with.
So wait, so last year you're saying it was what, 7 figures?
It was 7, but 3 of them had the blurg.
Gotcha. Okay.
You had blurg by himself. You had blurg with OG Mando. You had blurg with Quill. So you got to count that in, right?
Right. Yeah, no, I don't remember what the hell happened last year.
So. You had all that, and it was very lackluster, and no one cared except Echo, and Echo didn't get as much hoopla as he should have. But it was because of everybody was kind of downtrodden with this. And none of these figures here, which is kind of funny, with the exception of Echo. I remember Echo made it to number 2 best-selling wise. none of these figures crack the top 15. Like, all the Attack of the Clones figures now are all the way up there with Bespin, Luke, and Moon Knight. None of these freaking figures, none of them did. And they're all now, with a lot of them at the bottom of the toilet. I mean, the Grogu, I don't count. That's an accessory pack. That's but they still put it out. I mean, there's a million of those Grogus out there. But, so I'm looking at the Bespin Luke. We were just talking about it. We have to take a look at some OT stuff. And I want to bring this up onto the screen. For this month, for celebration, for Out of Nowhere, they still came out with the Bespin Han, the Bespin Luke 4 weeks ago today. They knew they were going to put out the C-3PO R2Ts. They knew they were going to put this out. They put out the teaser. They still put out the Bespin Luke 4 weeks in a row now. Number freaking 1. Are we going to get something from the original trilogy in May? I believe we are. I think we're going to see some at Celebration. I think we're going to get another announcement before then. What do you think about some? I'm putting Han up on the screen right now.
So when I saw this picture, because this is an old picture, I just automatically assumed that the Han Solo that's in that picture was obviously from, the release that happened years ago with the Chewie double pack or the single, whatever. So I never thought anything of it. Looking more into that picture, noticing that it's not the same exact outfit at all.
No.
So I think that, again, this picture is old. Therefore, just like them teasing Kit Fisto, Padme, years ago or 2 years ago at least, or whenever they were announced, but it's been years at least. They're waiting for something special to announce Han, and I can bet money on that.
Yeah, I'm putting up the banner. I took, obviously with the Bespin Leia. You see the Bespin Leia there in this banner that I put up, and you see Chewbacca right behind. Obviously, Kit Fisto, like you've been talking about, in the banner. Obviously, we're talking about a lot of the Attack of the Clones. You see that there. Thank you so much, Figure Fantastic, saying, "Yo, people, hit the like button for the Dark Jedi. Much appreciate your support. You're watching Aries live and raw Saturday evening. My buddy Fabio popped in. We're doing the last segment here. Thank you so much, Figure Fantastic. But look, I mean, you see on the banner here, 20th anniversary, next wave of thrills, quoting Hot Toys. It goes with this Leia. But I think one of the things I was thinking about with Han Solo, I don't feel like with The Empire Strikes Back, we talk a lot about Chewbacca with him. I could actually see a 2-pack coming out where if you want Han, they just put out Han and Chewbacca in a 2-pack, that's it. I mean, I think it could happen. I mean, they could offer them both in, but I could actually see this. They're like, hey, we are putting this out. Here you go. Here's Han and Chewbacca. I could see this. And they'll just say it's from Empire Strikes Back, have a slightly different head sculpt than the outfit. They already have the outfit. They showed it.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think is going to happen. They're waiting for their perfect opportunity, just like they're waiting for, or they waited for, this 20th anniversary to be able to release all these, Attack of the Clones figures, which, again, super, super exciting, So my thing, again, is because it's been so many years, just like it's been years since we saw Kit Fisto. It's been years since we saw Padme. It's been years since we saw, Solo Chewie. These things have been announced for years. So now that with this, with this announcement, with this 20th anniversary, now it makes more sense that they make figures and they, we feel like they never come, but it's because they wait for specific times to release these figures. So Han is coming 1,000%. Whatever next, whether it's anniversary or whatever reason they need to release his Han, they will, and it's coming.
Do you think that they look at like the Bespin Luke right now, deluxe and non-deluxe DX25, and they're seeing, wow, it competed with Moon Knight. It's now ahead of Moon Knight 4 weeks in a row. No matter what happens with that figure, it was number 1 for 4 weeks. Do they look at that when they think about putting figures from that same movie out with popular actors? And do you think consider what money they're going to make? I mean, do you think they look at that?
They know what's coming. that's why they're not constantly giving us reissues and this and that, because they know what their characters' values are, so they know that at any moment that they release a Luke, that Luke is going, because everybody wants a Luke. They release they ready to have a Han ready to go. They know people are going to buy the Han, not only because we've been asking for a Han for how long, but these are legendary characters that are, that are going to sell out no matter what. You have, Padme as well. She's a big deal. She's, like I said before, she's like the Princess Leia of, the prequels.
Yep.
So that she's a meaningful character as well. So any of those characters, they know, like, I know for a fact that they know that a trooper, doesn't matter what trooper it is, any trooper is not going to make them more money than a Luke, than a Han, than a Leia, than a Padme, than an Anakin, than a Vader. They know that. So these figures are just fillers, but they know that the money comes from the main characters. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would not be shocked, Fabio, personally, if we actually see the booth that Sideshow's talking about as Celebration. And I could actually, for some reason, I see it in my head, a display that has Han and Chewbacca next to themselves from Empire Strikes Back. I could actually see it. And I could be wrong. It could actually be from Return of the Jedi. I just see it. I just think we're going to, I think we're going to see that. I think they're going to have something on there and we're going to be like, what the heck? And they haven't actually ever come out with a Chewbacca or a Han from Empire Strikes Back yet, ever, or Return of the Jedi. Only A New Hope have they come out with those two.
You think so?
Yeah, they haven't come out with anything from the other original trilogies. So when they're saying never before seen Star Wars, characters from certain, certain films or whatnot,
right,
we haven't gotten a Han or Chewbacca from Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back.
So that's what I mean. They're waiting. That would be perfect for them as well, and that's my point.
Well, I definitely think everyone in the chat, hold on to your heads with Han. If you see Bespin Luke the way he's going, Bespin Han would be hot. You can never go wrong with Chewbacca. And that brings me to another one. And let's bring this up and let's talk about it, my friend.
Let me tell you something. Han goes up for pre-order right now. It'll go number 1 and then Luke. Guaranteed.
I 100% agree with you. I think you're right. What about this battle damage? Are we going to see this month? Are we going to see this at Celebration? Are they going to wait on this one? But I think that I have a thought on what they're going to do. But I have this in another image. But this is the one they have now.
Yeah, no. I don't think they're going to announce a battle damage yet. I feel like they're going to get everything out of the way for the Attack of the Clones, hype. Is the battle damage coming? It didn't even click until Dante was the one to mention it. I figured, giving us the 2 head sculpts, not the 2 head sculpts, the 2 hair pieces, to try to make it seem like it'll be the same thing as the DX. It's really not at all. And so the battle damage 100% coming, and don't forget that you got to get that missing hand piece as well. Very iconic part of the movie. So it's got to be added to the next figure, which is the battle damage. So yeah, 100%. The battle damage is coming.
You know what I think could be a scenario here? Hear me out with this. I believe that Dante is right, that this is absolutely going to come out. Wouldn't it be an interesting business decision if they waited to officially announce the battle damage, Luke? Hear me out with this. Until right before this is going to get announced next year. Released. So that you're like, wow, now I need the battle, so that they keep the cycle moving. But actually put this one out ahead of time. And a lot of people have been asking me about this. So there's 2 head sculpts to choose from. And I'm dead serious with it. I do think we have to take it into consideration and put this up on the screen. Let's see if I got the right image. And I'm specifically talking about Luke Hoth. If you take a look, and let me actually play this clip because people need, Fabio, a refill at table 44, which is a very cold table.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
What they could do in a way is they're like, wow, look at how much that Luke is selling from there. When it starts to go down, I mean, it will stay number one forever, and be, where it is. They don't have to. They can let that build that up till it comes out. Wait for the battle damage version right when that gets officially released. In the meantime, say, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and now give you another Luke Empire Strikes Back. This one here. Put this up, and then wait to do a Han when this one comes out. For okay, by the way, here's the Han Hoth now. What I'm trying to say is, I've been telling people, Hoth Luke is not that far away. It really isn't. Whether it comes this year or in a couple of years, it's coming. They're absolutely good. It's too easy, and it's too much money, Fabio.
Absolutely. They're not making them ever. They've missed out on a lot of money to begin with. So they know they have to jump on it. The Sideshow ones, both Han and Luke, sold out very well for, and they still hold up very well to, to what they are, which, very cheap figures, but still great. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I would think the same way. If there was for example, Luke is out right now. Bestman Luke is out. To not compete with themselves regarding a big character like Luke is, they would. I personally, as if let's just say I'm the owner of Hot Toys, and we know that Hot Toys doesn't care and they'll release the same figures back to back and compete with each other. Fine. What I'm saying is because of this character being so iconic, such a big deal, this Bestman Luke. To be able to not compete with myself, do exactly what you said. Wait until it's actually about to release and announce the battle damage. Why? Because if you do it too soon, you're going to have people saying, well, I don't really like the regular one. Let me just get the battle damage one. And they want the original one. So that makes a lot of sense that you said that.
Right. And then if you're getting the regular one, once you start, you got your pre-orders in and people waiting for the final production photos, which a lot of people do that before, some more are doing it now. You're still buying it. And then you're like, well, damn, I need the battle damage version now. Correct. So now that goes up. And then that goes on for at least 4 weeks at number one because you want that. Whereas you put this up, this is not competing with the Bestman Luke. This is the Hoth Luke. Right. Just like that Snowspeeder Pilot Luke is not competing with the freaking Bestman Luke. You're going to get the Snowspeeder Pilot Luke anyway. That one's actually went higher since that one went up. Correct. And the freaking Mandalorian Luke has been killing it. It's right under the freaking Mando for months. It has so you could put this. My point is people like Aries. How could you think that they're going to have multiple Lukes up, several Lukes at one time? I said if they're different.
They're all different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man doesn't tank Spider-Man. It's just that they're up there. There's freaking 9 pre-orders of those things up.
Exactly. They're all different, and that's what they sell. It's just now, you have 9 Spider-Man up for pre-order or up for sale. It lets people decide, all right, there's fucking 9 of them. I'm not going to get them all, so let me just pick the one I like. With Luke and Han and these characters, though, it's not going to be the same thing. Notice that they're changing the hairs. They're changing the head sculpts. It's going to be a different outfit. You don't know if they tweak the bodies or not. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that goes into a figure like this over a Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to be most likely probably the same body, most likely probably the same material for the outfit, probably the same head that they use, just put the material on top of it. So that's the difference. It's 2 different worlds, 2 different figures, and I feel like that's why there won't be competition. But if you put a regular Bestman and a battle damage Bestman, that's direct competition with each other because it's the same exact character, just one completely normal and one completely, whether it's ripped, whether it's dirty, whether it's whatever. Even though it's common sense that one battle damage and one clean is not the same, for some people, they'll justify, well, it's the same brown outfit. So I could pick this one or this one, but I'm not getting both. And that's what happens. So I feel like to avoid that, they're gonna wait until they're ready to ship these, or it's far enough into where enough people ordered already to where they're gonna announce the battle damage for people to like, damn, do I want to get it now? And most likely they will.
You know what's interesting? You see all the troopers that they're coming out with Attack of the Clones to celebrate that. I think we're going to get a heavy dose of troopers. I'm putting this up on the screen because this is also Empire Strikes Back. And wouldn't it be interesting? And I put this picture up specifically because this shows the movie Masterpiece logo. Because a lot of people saying, Aries, there's only the VG. And I'm like, no. There is the VG. You get a 2-pack and a single. There actually was an MMS version that went under everybody's nose. I don't think they made a whole lot of them. It sold out quick.
Yeah.
And this figure goes insane. Every time it goes up, it's like $500 to $800 by itself. You can go to freaking one of those Hong Kong sellers right now. I put it up, and it's $900 right now to get this figure. $900.
Yeah, I had. So when I had not just started, when I first moved to this house, I had a single pack VGM Snow Trooper, and I had a double pack VGM Snow Trooper. So I said, you know what? I said, do I want to keep the double pack or do I want to keep the single pack? Because the double pack is literally exact same figure twice, just 2 different guns. I said, you know what? I said, let me sell the double pack and let me keep the single pack. So I kept the single pack. You know how much I sold the double pack for back then? This was years ago. It was $680 for the double pack. And then again, this was at least 6 to 7 years ago.
Oh, that's a long time ago, baby. They're going for way more now. And that was high then.
That was high. Exactly. That was high then. Exactly. So that MMS one you're talking about, I only found out because you brought it up because I had no idea that it even existed at all. Not a little bit. Like I didn't know there was an MMS label for a snow trooper at all, ever.
Yeah, and I'm telling you folks in the chat, if you're wondering if this will ever come out again, 100% they will come out with an Empire Strikes Back Snow Trooper. If you're thinking they're going to come out with a HOD, I mean, you could put this in the same boat. They have more of the HODs available than this. I mean, this nobody even really knew about this.
Yep.
It's coming for sure. I actually really believe that we're going to get this year. I think we're going to get one of the things when I'm talking about you're going to have pre-orders that are going to fill up for 2023 and then 2024. You already got with the first wave of freaking Attack of the Clones. 2 of them are troopers. You're going to get a lot of troopers. And I think that a lot of those pre-orders are going to be troopers. They make a lot of money off troopers, but don't think they'll all be clones. We are going to get a lot of clones. But these freaking snow troopers are hot commodity. They're going to do it. It's going to come out. I don't know if we'll get a 2-pack. You know what's interesting, Fabio? They never put out an Empire Strikes Back 2-pack of this, though. They did with the freaking video game, but they never did with this. So in a way, that would be a brand new release if they say Empire Strikes Back 2-pack. I could actually see that. I just thought of that now.
Yeah, no, that'd be a great idea. And what makes these troopers cool is that they're different. That having that mask on top of them. What other trooper has that? Nobody else. So these were really, really wanted because they were so different. And look at them. And can you imagine if they were updated now? They'll be made so much better. Better materials, better bodies, better everything. So absolutely they're coming.
And here's the thing, my point I'm trying to bring up to the chat, and I know you're right on with me. We get with the Attack of the Clones. We're talking about, hey, we got the C-3PO and the R2, but we got the battle droid. We got 2 clones. And now we're going to go ahead and get the Padme. We're going to get the Mace. We're going to get the Obi-Wan. We're going to get the Anakin, figures like that. And we agree. But I think if you're going to get the Bespin Luke, which we just got, and you're going to get Bespin Han, which we're going to get, I think we have to evaluate the troopers that are associated with that show. I just, if you're going to get a Hoth Luke, you bet your ass they're going to get this again. I mean, this is Hoth Snow Trooper. You have to have it.
Right. Correct.
So it's going to be coming. So watch for the troopers on these.
Yep, and that's another thing people need to notice as well. Notice that when a figure is announced for a specific line, notice what follows. not directly immediately, no, because obviously, we get announcements every so often. But pay attention, and obviously we know that you have DC, you have Star Wars, you have Marvel, you rotate, but really pay attention to what happens after an announcement. At some point after that, there'll be something regarding that same line to go with that same product. So that's why it makes 100% sense that that's coming.
102 in here. Smash the like button. We're at the tail end of the show. I'm here with Fabio. Fabio popped on in. It is live and raw with your Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I've been serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, recapping this week, May 4th week. It's over today, but fourth month May is far from over. This isn't over. You're going to get another wave. May 16th is going to be huge. The end of the month is going to be huge. This whole month for Star Wars is going to be huge. Let me get to the last one with Empire Strikes Back before we wrap it up. And we don't talk about this too much. We've talked about her, but not this. Can you imagine Leia, Bouche Leia? And people ask me a lot about Han Carbonite. You know how sometimes they give you these backdrops like you got with Bespin Leia?
Yep.
I'd love to be able to get this figure from Return of the Jedi. Could we get a Leia with actually Han in Carbonite, like actually just like a backdrop, and actually get with a stand? I mean, I could see. Can you see something like that? Would be cool as heck if we could.
Absolutely. That's specifically like the size of the what do you call it? The backgrounds that they've been using for Hot Toys anyway. So that would absolutely be make a lot of sense. Are they going to do it? I don't know. Maybe they come out because I don't know if Sideshow has Han Carbonite. They got the 1/6 scale piece as a figure, so you could buy that from Sideshow. But Hot Toys never made it. If they give us the Bouche Leia, is there a possibility? Maybe they'll give us some type of figure, and then with him, as you said, as the background, or maybe as an insert, an actual piece of plastic with his shape on it. That's a possibility as well. It doesn't have to be die cast, doesn't have to be anything, but just as a filler within the figure. Absolutely. But yeah, this Bouche Leia, it would be also out of left field as well. Even though we've gotten every Leia so far, I feel like she's the only one missing.
Yeah, I feel like
and Slave Leia also.
Yeah, and Isolation Club says that Sideshow piece is very overpriced.
I never bought it because of that. It's way too pricey for what it is. Absolutely.
Bouche Leia would be great, Mama Luigi said, with a helmet and head sculpt. Oh yeah, you have to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They have to.
You wouldn't get a Leia without a head sculpt. Never.
I feel like we're due for another Leia. Here's why I say that, everybody, especially with everything that they're dropping. And obviously, one of the points I brought up earlier in this show, we're going to wrap it up, is I've been driving home that the formula that's been working for Disney and Lucasfilm has been Favreau, Filoni, Deborah Chow's formula of give you a bunch of new characters, but, put in some of the legacy characters in order to turn Star Wars around, which we didn't get in the sequels. And now you're starting to see Hot Toys, who has the license from Disney and the formula for success. All of a sudden, we've gotten, 7 freaking, 6 announcements and 1 release. None of them are freaking Mandalorian at all related. I mean, it's like, what the hell's going on? We've never seen this in the history of Hot Toys. I think you're going to see some of this. They're driving home a message. You're always going to get your Casca Reeves, your Axe Woves, your freaking Bo-Katans, all those characters. They're all going to sell great. It's all, but you can't have that if you don't have these Lukes. It's evident. You just put the Bespin Luke up, it's selling better than everyone.
Right. Very true.
So you're going to get some of this stuff. But I feel like we're due for a Leia because Leia has sold out every time. You had the Hoth Leia sold out. You had the Bespin Leia sold out. They gave you the Endor Leia sold out. And now I feel like it's time. I feel like 2022, I just get that feeling we're going to get a Leia, whether it's, the Bespin Escape or that Bouche one. I just do, Fabio. I feel like it's
it makes sense. It makes sense. Leia's a hot character. Again, female character. They're not making as many as a male character. like you said, it's about time. We've gotten, obviously the ones from the sequels, the Princess Leia from the sequels, but never from the OT. It's been a while for since we got one. So I think there may be something in the works, and we may find out about it soon enough because it's about time.
Well, listen, everybody, check this out. It's bringing back 6scalecantina.com up, and here's something I want you to check out. So bookmark this site if you don't have it booked. Look at this banner. If you had it bookmarked, you would have known I'm going live with this show, which I did at 4:30. Check that out. Awesome there. Always your latest news. Obviously, all your secondary market news, which we're going to talk about the biggest mover section. We're going to talk more about the Attack of the Clones, Glory, what's going on this month, 4th month May with Fabio on the Market Show Live this coming Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. Fabio and myself will be live. We got a lot to discuss down here in the market value chart with Star Wars. And one of the things I want to point up, look at this. Consider becoming, joining the channel. If you become a Cantina Insider, you get exclusive content. You get live shows, like my live show I'll be doing tomorrow evening with Sunday Coffee, which is now a live show. And yes, I will be on tomorrow evening, so you don't want to miss that. If you are a Cantina Insider, you'll see me live to get an extra show there. You can go right to the website here. You see this pink little banner on the right side. It gives you a little preview of some of the shows. Look at this here. Pleather cracking and collection climate tips. So from your Dark Jedi, how have I kept all my vintage stuff, and what have I done in the past? How do I take care of my Hot Toys figures? One of the things you could get is the tips from me on here. You join there. Obviously, you get Sunday Live. Look at the different.
One thing for new collectors, that's a very good video to watch because you get tips about how to maintain your figures so they don't get ruined. Because when they get ruined, believe me, it's the most depressing thing in the world. You feel like you spend all this money for this piece that literally dissolved before your eyes, and you can't do anything about it. So videos like these, it helps you to maintain and know what to look for on your figures to prevent them from getting damaged. So check it out.
Yeah, no, thanks, Fabio. Yeah, it's a really great video. You actually see me. I actually pull out my Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader, and I do the whole treatment during the video on every part of the figure. I also pull out my Han Solo from A New Hope, and those boots, my boots will never wear on that figure. I will show you. You see the little thing in my hand. I will show you the products that I use. I will show you my tips on the climate, the different things that I do, but you get that as a Cantina Insider for sure. You can also get another tip. As you look through here, you can see the last video, Insiders Members Content Sneak Peek. You could watch this whole video, actually. That was my 1/4 scale Grogu unboxing. I have crazy unboxings, so you can get a preview right there. So you may want to consider joining. But Fabio, this was a great show. Thank you for popping on. Looking forward to Monday, man. Got some market stuff.
Yes, thank you for having me as usual. No, it's always fun. Can't wait for Monday, guys. Can't wait to see you guys on Monday. It's going to be awesome. So can't wait.
And don't forget about the giveaway. Fabio and I talked about it in the show. So subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina right now because you will get the free hot toy from sponsored by Hawk Wars Toys, Ray, at the last Saturday of this month during the celebration. I'm going to have a Force Month May, whole May recap celebration show. I'm going to be giving away a free brand new hot toy like I did before the holidays. But holidays is what I said. But you got to be subscribed, and a computer will throw you out. You're going to have to comment on a video. I'll let you know which one it is. Subscribe now. Fabio's going to be giving away. We're going to get him to 1,000 subscribers, a figure. He's going to be doing it during that show on my show. So subscribe to Fabio because you won't be eligible unless you're subscribed to him as well. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Looking forward to Monday, man, Fabs. It's going to be fun.
Yes, no, very exciting. I can't wait. Hopefully, I mean, we don't know yet, but hopefully maybe we get some more little hints and teases of something by then.
I think we will, and I think we may get another tease. I know we're going to get I think we're going to get a. I personally think we're going to talk more about it Monday. I think we're going to get a wave on May 16th, which is a Monday, for Attack of the Clones, and I think Celebration will be Attack of the Clones free, personally. But I think, like you said, we'll at least get a tease, like we did the 3PO, remember? And the R2 before we actually get it.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, remember, guys, that all we got, all these, 2, 4, 5 figures that we just got announced, not a single head sculpt. Remember that. Not a single head sculpt. So stay tuned for what's coming because it's big.
UFC tonight. UFC tonight, baby. We got Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje. Come on. I know P-Rock is listening out there. Come on. Come on. Rose Namajunas, Carla Esparza, Tony Ferguson. Oh, my goodness. Michael Chandler. That whole card. Shogun Hua. I think he's fighting Joe Louis. I can't wait for tonight. I can't wait.
Yeah, no,
all right.
It's a good card. But no, I just wanted to MB Dyson said I should give this away.
They pulled it up on the screen. Where are we? You should. That should be one of the giveaways.
Yeah, and then this is the special edition accessory.
From Fabio Studios. Oh my God, this is too great. Wow, I went freaking 3 hours here, but thank God you came in to save my ass here the last hour.
Yeah, no, I would have been here sooner, but I was, I was so busy. But no, I'm glad I came.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, listen, I don't always. What do I got here? By Spotchka out. Actually, let's get the coffee. I got the whole damn pot. I don't always. I do. I got the whole pot. Let me go ahead and blow it up. I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, I buy it from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends. See you Monday, 8:30.